Varsha Agarwal, a student of Jagran Institute of Management, welcomes you all back in the technical session of the 7th International Conference, Leveraging IT for Sustainable Business Transformation and Entrepreneurial Growth. It is my honor to introduce you to our distinguished guests who will be joining us online today to deliver the plenary talk. The first guest, Dr. Subodh Kumar. Dr. Subodh Kumar is a distinguished academic at Temple's University, Fox School of Business. He holds the Paul R. Anderson Distinguished Chair in the Statistics, Operations and Data Sciences. He is the founding director of the Center of Business Analytics and Disruptive Technologies and serves as a concentration director for the PhD program in Operation Supply Chain Management. He is a PhD and an MBA from the University of Texas at Dallas and an MTech from IIT Kanpur. Dr. Kumar specializes in AI, machine learning, blockchain, fintech, and analytics. A prolific author, he has over 240 publications. Sir has also authored books, chapters, Harvard Business Schools, and he has earned numerous prestigious awards that informs Information Systems Society Distinguished Fellow Awards in 2023.
Through these dissertations, I try to work on a new topic and I try to work on a new methodology that I have never done. And I try to learn that by going to classes and all. And by doing that, I feel that I'm staying close to what industry is looking for. And also it gives a new view to research. And that's why you see a lot of different topics here. Now, I don't plan to go into detail in the interest of time, but I will touch on many of these today. And I would rather take questions, so I don't have any agenda to finish. So please feel free to ask questions. But I feel that by doing this philosophy of learning new topics and new methods can always keep you relevant and make you work on relevant problems. Second, most of the research that you will see here I'll be talking is driven by some kind of industry problems, and sometimes or most of the time working directly with industry. That's also very important to keep in mind. So first of all, before I get into the details of any of these things, I can tell you more than 80% of my work is either with doctoral students or young researchers. So many thanks to them. And whatever I'm talking today, my contribution will be very little in most of the research. Mostly I've learned from them and they have contributed. I have been fortunate to be part of the project. So let's start with my ongoing dissertation, I will say, around blockchain and other disruptive technologies. And I feel that this is the area which is going to keep going for some time. So let's start with that. And then, as I told, I'll talk about my other dissertation going backward. So why I'm talking about this now? If you look at the data, clearly where we are right now in 2024 is just the tip of the iceberg, right? The companies are adopting it, but the real action will happen in next few years, and in next 6-7 years we will see a huge growth. Let's look at the curve. What that means for us, that companies are going to face many new problems that we don't know answers to, right? And we are in a very good position. If you take a good control of on incoming problems, I think you can do wonders in that. So since we don't have much data, we have to keep a combination of doing research based on the data, as well as some kind of mix of analytical models. And I'll talk about some of the projects today. So one of the big problem we see in blockchain right now that everybody's asking, that what will happen to scalability? Now, private blockchain, we are trying to solve the scalability problem in some ways, but still it's a big question to ask. So I will talk about first some research on data analytics side and decision analytics. And I will also show you that how you can very nicely merge these methodologies. That's very important. So let me start with the one problem that we worked on, the scalability part. This was work done by one of the former doctoral students at University of Texas at Dallas. And he collected a lot of data around blockchain. Now, we cannot collect data on private blockchain. So he went ahead and collected data on public blockchain. And public blockchains are mostly around the crypto. So one of the Bitcoin platform, he went and collected the data. But we hope that what we are learning from here will be applicable to private blockchains as well. And that is the whole goal of doing this kind of research. Now, in this work, we looked at one specific phenomena, which is referred to as forking. I'm not going into the details of blockchain. That could be a separate session on itself, or you guys will know more than me anyway on the topic, most of you. So in this particular forking is the process in this public blockchain where some of the stakeholders deviate from the norm and they want to start a new thing. And here, in this particular case, they wanted to reduce the size of the blocks by taking the signature out. And the goal was that it will improve the efficiency and it will increase the scalability of the solution. So here, we are trying to see if we can see what kind of impact it made. So the goal was to look at transaction fee, delay, and participation. So we took data from 29 prominent service providers, which cover approximately $1.13 trillion of transactions. And then we went into difference in difference method to really understand what happens with this kind of scalability solution and what can we learn that applies to other settings as well. Okay. So again, as I told, I'm not going to go into details of this project. You can either find them online, or if you cannot, let me know, or some of them have already been published as well, that I'll be talking recently. Now, this is an important piece here. So when we were working on this problem, we realized one very interesting thing, that the adoption is going to be a challenge in blockchain. There's a lot of opportunity, but there are a lot of challenges as well. So what can we do? What kind of suggestions we can provide to improve this adoption? And this is the work done with another former doctoral student from Tsinghua University in China. And there we try to look at the game theoretic model, because for the adoption part, we don't have data on this kind of industry, because these are all private blockchain. And we picked on web advertising model. For many perspective, I'll come to the advertising part in more detail. But one of the key reasons was that we see a lot of blockchain service providers are coming in that domain. Also, a lot of companies are using their digital advertising campaigns using blockchains, like Toyota is moving a lot of their digital advertising to blockchain platform. So what that means? That means we need to understand how to run these ads on blockchain platform. And to make life difficult, initially we will have ads running on blockchain platform as well as non-blockchain. Over time, more and more will move to blockchain. So how to deal with this transient situation as well as the steady state situation? That's what we try to do in this research. And we try to understand the learnings we had from the empirical work to build our model. And that's very important. You have to keep this connection going. That can take you forward. In fact, we have extended this work. I have not listed it specifically, with two young and very bright faculty from Indian School of Business, ISB. And recently we finished one work that is under review in a journal now on how the NFT market operates, which is built on blockchain. And we are trying to understand in NFT market, there are a lot of things being discussed these days, that how do you develop the metrics for the rarity, that how rare this piece is. Now, by giving those kind of information, how does it impact the marketplace, both from the perspective of sellers and the buyers, and those who know NFT market, their collections, and how does it impact those collections? That project itself, just to give you a perspective, the kind of data we use was in, so of course, terabytes, and the insights it gave us, I think, is phenomenal. So I was myself, even as a co-author, was amazed with what my co-authors could get from all the analysis. So very excited about that as well. I'm not talking too much because sometimes some of those work are used for job market, or maybe used by job market for some of my co-authors. So I try to refrain not talking too much. One of the things you will notice, I will refrain in this talk talking too much about any of the projects which is being worked by my co-authors, especially doctoral student whom I present in their job market. I try not to talk too much on that. Now, and feel free to ask any questions at this point. Now, another area in disruptive technology is AI in healthcare. Now, healthcare, I will be spending a lot of time later as well, after a few minutes. Because that is another very emerging area which has a problem in operations management, information systems, marketing. All these areas have those kind of problems. But AI in healthcare, I feel, is the area which is underexplored in academia. Now, practice also is building on this, and they're using a lot of them, but they also lack understanding of what works, what doesn't work. So in this domain, I work with a lot of companies, both in the US and India, as well as in China, all three countries. And one thing I have noticed is that even the companies adopting right now, they need to understand, and they're looking at us, that can we provide more guidance. So I work with them, I run a lot of field experiments and trying to see what we can do. So this is one of the projects that we did in collaboration with a company in Philadelphia and some students from ISB. And we tried to create, we have tried to create a series of AI-based solution in healthcare, which we have implemented also. We have gone FDA approval for some of them. So they're all in the trial phase right now. In the first project, we looked at diabetic foot problem specifically, which is a huge problem uh, because the people or patients don't like to get even examined because the process of getting examined is very complex. So here the idea was that when I was talking to these doctors, they told, can we do something to improve the examination process where we look at how the treatment, what kind of treatment is needed. So our goal was not to provide the treatment, but just to look at what kind of treatment is needed. That's it. So we use thermal imaging here. Now, thermal imaging is a well-established method used in healthcare and other places as well. But the idea here was that can we apply it in a specific setting, and also can we get some results which are meaningful and can be applied to other places as well. So we started taking these thermal images. This device was created by one of the companies in Philadelphia. And then we went through the whole applied analytics, as you will expect. We use hierarchical clustering. We went with deep learning neural network model with 3 hidden layers, got pretty good prediction efficiency. And now we are able to identify that what kind of treatment is needed, and so that they can go proactive foot care. Now, I repeat, these are not meant for replacing physician. This is meant for augmenting physician. In fact, we got one grant from NIH, National Institute of Health, on another related project where the pulse oximeter gives wrong reading for non-white skin color. So can we use the image analytics by looking at the pigmentation of skin color to correct the reading? And that was done in the collaboration with Temple University Hospital, so that we could test it with some patient at Temple. So those kind of research I feel is very interesting. So you may ask, what is operations management? What is the business school research here, right? We are not doctors, we are not physicians, we're not medical school. That is the interesting part. This is certainly, they many times feel that they're not equipped with the methods that is needed to go these kind of details. And second, we teach this, we talk about it, we are applying it in more business setting. But why can't we take that to the setting which is not well studied, like healthcare or not for profit? And I think, or looking at sustainability issues. So those things are emerging. And in fact, in India, it is becoming a big area right now with all the discussion. And I work with several healthcare practices in India. We have like 6-7 projects with LV Prasad Eye Institute in Hyderabad, work with a tele ICU company in Bangalore called Cloud Physicians. We have multiple projects with them. And the goal is that can we collaborate together to make a difference? And I feel that with the advent of AI, generative AI, and now agentic AI, we can make a true difference in the world.
वो join कर लो जरा. Thank you for sharing your valuable insights and making this session truly impactful and inspiring. I would like to present the certificate of acknowledgement to our esteemed online guests in recognition of their valuable contribution. University of Buremi, and a renowned academician with over 13 years of teaching experience. He specializes in green practices, online business management, and higher education institutions. Dr. Khan is a part of several reputed editorial boards and has published over 60 plus Scopus Index publications. I
Good
would like Shad sir to kindly enlighten us with a few words.
Thank you so much for this lovely opportunity. It is a great honor and privilege for me. I believe it's afternoon in India and most of the places which I can see in the chat box. It must be early morning in the US, from where the previous speaker was speaking. Without any further ado, let me share my screen so that we can have a clarity what I'm going to talk about today. So my topic, which is quite intriguing for this entire thing, is the theme of this particular conference. My heartiest congratulations to all the organizers and the people who have been working day and night making this conference successful. So the thing is that when we talk about leveraging IT for sustainable business transformation and entrepreneurial growth, we need to map ourselves at where, as a higher education, we are going to be and what we are going to do in the field of higher education. So, for example, if you look into the IT, the what it has been doing, IT has really transformed the way we think and do our businesses and the way we live our lives. Especially since the COVID-19, the acceptance of technology has really become very high. And right now, the entire world is divided into two sets of people. The first set is trying to promote this coming with new innovations and inventions every day. And then there's a second section of society which is not prepared to accept those new changes. However, the things are now changing, and that's where the higher education institutions and the education sector, they need to become a proactive role because a lot of things are going to happen. Now, when you talk about IT, we need to understand that why IT is required for a sustainable business transformation. Number one, it's a way of reducing the waste and increasing the efficiency. It is going to enhance the digital transformation and adopt green practices because a lot of things we are trying to get a shift from the paper-based work to the digital work, and it is going to have a quickness. This is going to make a prompt decision making, and things are going to be faster. So, how the entrepreneurial growth has been happening through this one is by way of the various kind of startups. If you see recently what kind of startups have come, and most of the startups which have converted from the journey as a beginner to become the unicorn, it has majorly happened through the IT sector. For example, in case of India, there is Physicswala, which has harnessed the technology and it has seen the growth which we see today. So what we are going to do today is that I'll be talking about the future skills that is required today, because somewhere the higher education institutions like us and Jagran Institute of Management, we are responsible for preparing the younger generations for the jobs which they are going to take over tomorrow. So we need to enhance in our curriculum design and systems some way that there is a digital literacy so that they can master the tools and platforms. There is analytical thinking so that they can use the AI for the data driven decisions. They can have a creative problem solving so that they can innovate with the technology, and they can have a special skill that is agility and adaptability so that they can enhance themselves, they can change themselves with the time which is coming in. So gone are the days when you used to say that you cannot teach old dogs new tricks. Now every dog, everyone has to learn new tricks with the advent of technology, which is happening these days. So here we are going to talk about the future skills, because the way things technology has been changing in the recent years, even for the job market that we are talking about, the demographic that has been changing, the kind of society which we are going to, which is undergoing change these days, there has to be a proactiveness required. And it is going to, if we don't match this proactiveness, then somehow the products that we are producing, our students, they will not be able to take care, or they will not be able to cater to the job requirements which are going to come in future. As I was listening to one of the professors, he was saying that we need to prepare our students for the jobs which are not yet existing. So because most of the job for which our students are getting prepared right now, they may get outdated or they may get obsolete completely. So I'm going to present forward one of the framework which has been adopted in Oman, because the place where I'm working right now, and I find that it is quite relevant for most of the places as well. So you can go through this one. So if you look into the new trends which have recently come up in the last 10-15 years, these words have emerged. These words were never existing before, at least in the general usage. So we are talking about social media marketing. We certainly have a lot of social media influencers now. Anybody who wants to become a celebrity, he doesn't have to have a struggle period of spending their nights on the footpath of Mumbai in order to look for a job for a star cast in Bollywood. Rather, what they can do is that they can start a YouTube channel, they can start an Instagram page, and they can showcase their skills and talent. So we have a lot of social media influencers which have recently come up. We got AI, which is now emerging, and it has emerged to the level that it is. It has come to the level of generative AI. It has started thinking itself. The previous professor was talking about blockchain technology and the machine learning. So you don't have to program the machines now. The machines can learn themselves also, and they can take decisions to a certain level as well. We are talking about digital marketing, lead nurturing, virtual meetings. So just see, 6 years back, this kind of thing was not that common. We used to have Skype call, but we are not able to have a place where so many people can join together in a workspace. So Internet of Things, work from home, all these things have emerged recently. So these are the two people who have taken up the challenge of creating Oman's future framework. So future skills framework is something which has been even endorsed by the World Economic Forum. So you can understand the gravity of this particular framework, because it is really very intriguing and interesting kind of framework, and it is quite logical and quite relevant for most of the economies. So, what is the Oman's future skills frame mission? It is basically going to be a public-private initiative. So, where there is a kind of a partnership in terms of apprenticeship, coordination, where we can enhance the curricula, where we can have the career guidance, where we can go for a joint research projects. I was quite excited to see the way things are happening in the US, the way they are doing their things. But in case of Oman, things are still growing, and this is the framework, this is the entire skills. Now I want to draw your special attention towards the third part. If you see the first skill set, it is called basic skills, means reading in Arabic and English, writing in Arabic and English, mathematics skills. So something which we refer as aptitude in India is something which is considered to be the basic need here in Oman. So this is the basic skills. The second one is called the applied skills, and it talks about the creativity, innovation, critical thinking, problem solving, effective communication, teamwork, collaboration, leadership, initiative, flexibility, and adaptability. And the third one, which is very important, is the technical skill. And if you look into the technical skill, it is dominated by the IT. So it is about how you are taking care of the information and communication technology, how you are dealing with the data and information, and how you are dealing with the media. So this is the Oman Future Skill Framework, which has been designed and implemented in Oman. And now most of the higher education curriculum and the education level curriculum, the basic level education curriculum, is getting designed based on this Future Skill Framework. And this framework is going to talk about some of the things which we are experiencing even today. Means we are talking about the future, but there has been changes which has happened today itself. Now, for example, now we are already into a data-driven society, if you see. So we are talking a lot about the analytics, and we are gathering a lot of information from the analytics. So we are data-driven society today. We are talking about business automation. So in our university, for example, we have tried to automate our day-to-day operations, and we are looking more into online forms. We are tracking how the people are coming, how people are going, what things are happening, what kind of emails are coming, what is the status of the finances, what is the status of leaves. So we are doing all these things through the business automation, and there are quite a good number of platforms which is coming in. Recently, I was sitting with the director of HR of Oracle, and he was talking about the new platforms which Oracle has come up, and that helps the businesses to do the appraisal of the employees in a very short duration of time. So something which used to take, so it was his experience that appraisal normally used to take around 3 months of time for him. Now through this particular platform, he's able to do appraisal within a single day, and the next day he's able to release the results of the appraisal. So we are not talking about the HR analytics. We are talking about so many things which the HR is going to focus on. So we are talking about that how humans are interacting inside the organization. Even sometime when we ask the HR, "Are you happy with the organization?" They say yes. But now we have the wearable devices where you can actually track their stress level, the amount of time they're spending, their BP levels, their oxygen level. So all these things you can do through HR analytics in the modern time. So there are so many things that we are doing now in case of HR analytics now. And now so many type of analytics have happened. For example, there's a descriptive analytics. If I talk about the HR, what happened? So whether the turnover rates, employee demographic. So there's a descriptive analytics. There is a diagnostic analytics that why did it happen? So if the employees are leaving, why are they leaving? So it becomes a diagnostic analytics. Then we can predict the future that what is likely to happen now. So we can think about the way things are going to happen in future, and we can go for the prescriptive analytics that what are the solutions that we can do and what will be the real life things that is going to happen. For the entrepreneurship, I must mention here that recently in my university, that is University of Buremi, we have got something called as business simulation lab, where we are loaded with softwares where you put any real life situations and it is going to simulate it for next 4 to 5 years. So it is going to give you the data that how in next 4 to 5 years a particular business or a particular model of business is going to perform. So you are able to test your business in through a software without investing your money. So your lot of money is going to get saved. Means I'm not saying that it's going to be 100% valid, because there is something called as luck, fortune, opportunities, change of government, those factors. But considering the factors that are going on right now, it can give you a good idea whether a particular business is feasible or not. So these kind of things are happening now. Now, something which is I want to really talk about is work from home. I am in touch with some of the parents who have been talking, who are really undermining work from home. They don't consider work from home as a full-time job opportunity. I believe the friends from the US, they will agree to it, that most of the people now in the US and in the developed world, they are considering work from home as almost like a full-time job, and it is a full-time job. The only thing is that now the businesses have taken the opportunity of harnessing the advantages of work from home, where you don't have to provide the office spaces, you don't have to provide the devices and other things to the employee. You don't require to give him the visa and call him from India to the US or from India to the Europe. Right, sitting in India or his native place, he can do the things. I see work from home having a lot of opportunities, especially in terms of the rural development, because now the rural areas are going to get developed. The regional development is going to happen. The kind of migration which were happening before, the urban areas were getting loaded with people, it is going to come down in times to come. So we need to work more on how to promote work from home and things that can happen. So work from home is going to stay here. We are going to have the organizations which are not, if not a pure work from home kind of system, they will be a hybrid kind of work from home kind of system, which we have recently seen in Delhi also, when the pollution levels were very high, where the students and the teacher, they were asked to work from home and take the classes. So this is something which is going to stay now. Now, having said this, we need to understand the learning journey, how the learning journey is happening, because there are many people who are scared of the new technology which is coming in. The answer is that there is no option. This is going to stay whether you like it or not. The new technology is going to take a shape. AI is going to take over. The thing is that the human intervention and the way humans are tackling with this kind of technology, it has to be worked on. So when you are somewhere here, when you don't know about a technology or something, then you are trying to enter into a community which you don't know. So there are issues, there will be resistance, there will be problems, there will be issues, but at the same time, there will be helpers which will be helping you. So when the helpers are going to help you, suddenly you'll find that things are not that difficult as it was perceived in the beginning. And there are revelations at the end, and that is something called, aha moment is there. So when the aha moment has come, you have the revelation, you find it, oh, okay, so this was not that tough, and we can explore the opportunities. So for example, the Zoom calls, it was initially for a higher education institution, it was initially used for conducting the online classes. Then there were revelation that why not we conduct webinars out of it? Why not we conduct online workshops through it? So there were revelations, and then the people started looking for opportunities. And then when the opportunities were explored, there were rewards. And when the rewards were there were changes. So just yesterday, I was conducting a session for Rushford Business School in right sitting here in Oman for the business school, which is there in Switzerland. And most of my students who were attending this session, they were across the globe. Some of them were sitting there from Africa, some of them were there from the North Europe, some of them were from the South Europe, some of them were from Asia, some of them were from India, Southeast Asia, Middle East, etc. So this all has happened, and the things are changing. So what is happening now that we have changed ourselves and we have returned. So from something which was unknown to us, it has become known to us, and there it's going to make a lot of difference. So what will happen is that when now a new technology will come, again we'll undergo the same process. So this process is going to go again and again, because the way technologies are changing, we need to learn the new things which are coming up every day. So with these words, thank you so much for giving me this lovely opportunity. So we need to welcome international competition. Do not get scared of the international competition. We need to use technology wisely, and we need to be more socially responsible. With these words, I rest my case to you all. My best wishes to the participants here. If you have any questions, any doubt, I'll be happy to address. If not, then I'll take your leave. Thank you so much. Have a great time ahead.
Thank you, sir. We deeply appreciate your time and expertise, which added immense value to our conference. On behalf of Jagran Institute of Management, we would like to present a certificate of acknowledgement.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Dr. Vipin Gupta, sir, a PhD from Wharton School, is a renowned professor of management at California State University, San Bernardino, authored 30 influential books, including The Globe Study on Leadership Across 62 Societies and a series of metaphysical concepts. His work spans global leadership, family business, and metaphysical science with over 250 journal articles and a book chapters. Recognized globally, he has received numerous honors, including the 2005 Scott Mayes Award. Next video.
Good morning, everyone. Jagran Institute of Management, Kanpur, at the 7th International Conference on Information Technology and Transforming Business Sustainably. Today, I'm going to share some remarks on be in the business of leveraging IT as a complementary product. Am I substituting myself by transforming yourself with artificial intelligence? In recent past, we were living in a world of knowledge economy where the focus was for me to develop myself by observing and learning from you, to socially network with everyone around me so that I can derive my own intelligence based on everyone's intelligence. I'm using AI. You don't need me. Let's understand this dynamic of mutual interdependence connected with the use of AI. So we ask the question, is artificial intelligence growing the business of leveraging information technology as a substitute of human intelligence? In a recent survey by Unstop, a talent attraction assessment and hiring platform in India, and a report that they wrote, Hiring Cart, Skills and AI, 65% of HR leaders from a sample of 610 report artificial intelligence skills are influencing their hiring decisions. That is, in terms of the type of business needs HR is increasingly servicing, how HR is increasingly operating, and what type of HR businesses are increasingly trading. 85% of Gen Z professionals, the sample size being 6,900, are aware that AI is becoming key to climb the corporate ladder, although only 45% concede that AI skills are essential for successful business growth. The other 40% associate increasing use of AI with the rise of intellectual dwarfism syndrome, reflected in diminishing corporate creativity and ascending entrepreneurial opportunities for destroying AI-dependent corporations. So as companies are increasingly using AI, they're showing intellectual dwarfism. They are no longer using their own intellect. They're using an artificial intellect that anybody can trade. Then what's the future of AI-dependent cooperation? In order to investigate this issue, I'm referred to a study being conducted by a PhD scholar, Ankita Walawalkar, at Asia University, Taiwan, with Professor Masood Muslehapur as guide and me as mentor, applying the data that she has collected, understanding the process of making decision on the value of leveraging IT as a complementary product. In the study we have three independent variables. The social influence means that you are letting culture influence your planning. Human habit means you are habitually programmed to use culture as a planning factor. You are habitually repeating it. And performing expectancy means you're trying to profit from AI by substituting natural corporate performing. These three factors influence two things. First, perceived benefit of performing with AI. And second, the conceived cost of profiting with AI. What's the risk if we use AI? When we talk about perceived benefit, that's an attitude. My attitude is being shaped by the benefit I expect. The conceived cost is the effect. How does use of AI affects me as a human and my intelligence, my human intelligence? So that's an effect. Attraction towards AI is the expected benefit of trading AI as a talent supplement. But assessment of the cost of servicing AI is a talent substitute. So the cost emerges because AI is substituting me. The benefit emerges because AI is supplementing me. It's adding something to me. It's not subtracting something from me. These two factors intermediate the final outcome, which is the intention to exchange AI as a corporate talent complement. And exchange AI for what? Exchange AI for the monetary investment that you have, for alternative investments and alternative sources of intelligence that you may use. The AI, you intend to use that as a complement that synergizes the benefit of talent that you already have, the human talent. That materializes through AI-human collaboration, corporate decision making. And that's the third role, the hiring role. So we talked about attraction of AI as an HR, assessment of AI as an HR, and then hiring AI as a corporate talent complement after socializing oneself with the benefit cost of AI as a robotic worker. The company is socializing itself based on the social influence. So this is the process of making decision that your factors which influence your planning, programming, and performing, and then these factors influence your benefit cost analysis for actually profiting, and finally that leads to development of your intention to exchange the resource that's going to help you grow the value of your existing resources. Increasing social influence weakens pro-I benefit perception, but strengthens pro-I cost per conception, and therefore demotes the intention for complementation of HI with AI. Second, increasing human habit weakens pro-AI benefit perception, strengthens pro-AI cost conception, and demotes the intention for the complementation of HI with AI. Third, increasing performance expectancy weakens pro-AI benefit perception, strengthens pro-AI cost conception, and demotes the intention for the complementation of HI with AI. And finally, fourth, decreasing AI benefit perception and increasing AI cost conception demotes intention to use AI as a complement of HI. Let's look at an alternative hypothesis of potential change in your expectation due to modern technological ideas. If society is influencing you to perform with AI, social dependence idea implies that you will perceive increasing benefit while conceiving decreasing cost. Why? Presumably, the national benefits that everyone is vocalizing, we are going to be left behind as a nation if we don't use AI. So that's a national benefit. Presumably, the national benefit, when everyone is saying something, compensates for the assumed economic cost that is keeping one silent. You have to pay for the AI. You have automated that AI, so other people are going to use that AI. Free riders. cannot that infinite sustainable competitive advantage that you were expecting by keeping everything secret within you. That's no longer possible. It's okay as a nation, maybe our national currency will become strong if our organization becomes weak. And if our national currency is becoming strong, we will anyway benefit from international exchange. Second, if you're flexing your muscle for becoming habitual to performing with AI by limiting natural flow of blood energy from your heart to the brain, human independence idea implies that you will perceive increasing benefit while conceiving decreasing cost. Why? Presumably, your heart loves social benefit or proximity with a mind in tune with the universe. So what's the role of the mind? Be open to the universe. While your brain hates psychological cost or distance from the intellect, which is living in the self-created world. So what does intellect do? It processes whatever information it's getting from outside and creates its own idea. It creates its own world. Or what's the reality? Its own impression, its own conception. Okay, the brain hates the cost of distance. It doesn't want to use everyone's idea. Okay, but your heart loves the idea of connecting with everyone. When you connect with everyone, not being authentic to yourself, then you have to live in that artificial reality that you are creating and rely on that artificial intelligence. Third, if your mind expects to profit from AI, ecological interdependence idea implies that there is no need for your intellect to perform its role of assuming the challenge of HI development after researching the cost of alternative opportunities. Why? Because intellect's R&D role increases the cost. Research and development increases the cost, while mind's expectancy is increasing benefit by mitigating that cost. If mind expects to benefit and doesn't want intellect to work, okay, it reduces your cost of using your own human intelligence. Therefore, the intention to exchange AI as an unfriendly substitute will be strong. So let's state your expectation, secondary alternative hypothesis. Increasing social influence strengthens pro-AI benefit perception, but weakens pro-AI cost conception, and therefore promotes the intention for the substitution of HI with AI. Second, increasing human habit strengthens pro-AI benefit perception, weakens pro-AI cost conception, and therefore promotes the intention for the substitution of HI with AI. Third, increasing performance expectancy strengthens pro-AI benefit perception, weakens pro-AI cost conception, and therefore promotes the intention for the substitution of HI with AI. And finally, fourth, increasing AI benefit perception and decreasing AI cost conception promotes the intention to use AI as a substitute of AI. So now we have two sets of hypotheses which contrary predictions and causal mechanisms. So I'm going to share the results based on a sample of corporate decision makers in India. Social influence, social force influences attitude, that's significant. Human habit influence attitude, that's significant, very significant. Economic force, which is performance expectancy, influence attitude of the benefit expectancy, that's also significant and positive. The social force influence effect of cost balance, that's also significant. Human force, human habit influence effect of cost valence, that's not significant. Performance expectancy, economic force influence effect of cost valence, that's also not significant. The attitude of benefit expectancy influence intention of exchange, the value instrumentality. That's positive, and effect of cost valence influence intention of exploiting this value instrumentality is also significant. Let's try to understand this. First, social human economic forces strengthen perceived benefits of AI, supporting the ideas of social dependence, human independence, and ecological interdependence, which is H1A to 3A. Alternative hypothesis. Social human and economic forces do not weaken conceived cost of AI. Social force, in fact, strengthens the cost conceived from socially induced attitude of economic overdependence on AI, contrary to the theory of open systems, which predicts that the conceived cost increases due to reduced effect of national interdependence on AI. The social force creates economic overdependence, risk of using AI more than what's economically justified. Different from theory, which predicts that there will be national interdependence on AI, which the social force is going to help correct, okay, by opening yourself to the broader trends. Third, our attitude of economic overdependence on AI strengthens intention to use AI as a supplement to compensate for the increasing economic cost associated with the increasing performance expectancy contrary to the rationality theory, predicts the use of AI as a rational complement of irrational HI. Okay, the social force is creating that irrational force, and therefore a rational response is use AI because society expects you to use it. That will eventually help you grow your national benefits. They're not using it as a rational complement, using it as a supplement arising out of irrational factors. Finally, the effect of national underdependence on AI strengthens intention to use AI as a metaphysical avatar, embodying the whole physicality of HI, potentially decreasing the ecological cost. The theory of firm expects businesses to impose on everyone before becoming reluctant to let the intention be shaped by social trends. And theory firm predicts that by making everyone your agent, a source of your knowledge, you're imposing ecological cost on everyone. You are trading that knowledge, and then you are becoming reluctant to be open to anything that they are saying. So reality evidence does not support hypothetical implications of any of the three traditional organization theories, whether it's a rationality theory, whether it's an open systems theory, or the theory of the firm. Modern technical ideas have exposed a serious limitation of the traditional organization theories based on the concept of open systems that led firms to prioritize social networking for unbounding their rationality. The corporate habit of promoting the benefit of social network at the cost of human work has evidently artificially dwarfed HI and naturally magnified the value of AI, and such corporate habit appears to be a part of the contributions of the past academic theory. Recommendations: be in the business of leverage IT as a complementary product. When practitioners do not share their data and experiences openly with the academics are forced to fill the void in their understanding of reality with theory. Imagine practitioners at Gen Y with masculine ego oriented towards their one's well-being. Academics at Gen X with feminine emotions oriented towards everyone's well-being. And Gen Z as children oriented towards well-being of someone they care, where someone is anyone with XY chromosome. To conclude, Gen Z belief, associating the idea of intellectual dwarfism to masculine-dominated corporate culture, is supernaturally bred by the academic scholars who believe in leading the action for discovering the reality before theorizing reason for recommendations, intending others to take action for them to network. I'm not here to ask you to take action. I'm here to share memories of my action, my teams, and my collaborators. It's for you to choose whether my discoveries are of value to you. If you continue to take actions based on the theories of others, then you will become just a product whose experiences are to be used as an idea for them to grow their stardom. So if you're transforming me with the AI, you're substituting yourself because you have made your identity dependent on me. For further references along these ideas, I recommend looking at my website. I have written 16 books on this metaphysics, Indian wisdom, modern science, spirituality, divinity, religions, and many other topics integrated in that. And I wish you very best in exploring how IT can be used to sustainably transform business. Thank you.
Thank you for an enlightening session that has left us with valuable knowledge and fresh perspective. I would like to present the certificate of acknowledgement to Dr. Vipin Gupta, sir, for his valuable contribution. Now we'll be starting with our first technical session that will have presentations from the management track. We are pleased that Dr. Rahul R.Verma, sir, is with us to chair this session. Sir holds a PhD in commerce and serves as an associate professor in commerce at the University of Delhi. His academic contributions span over 42 research papers presented or published across various national and international conferences. Additionally, he has edited 9 books in collaboration with esteemed publishers such as IGI Global, Apple Academic Pass, among others. Now, I would like to request our team to start with the management sessions.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to session this chair for the management part. I'll not take much of your time. Please proceed with the first presentation.
So in this session, I would like to request our first presenter, Jhalkesh Sharma, to present his paper. Sir, please.
Just a general instruction, researchers. For your presentation, you have 5 minutes minimum and maximum of 7 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, now start. वीडियो भी ऑन कर सकते हैं ना, ऊपर ही आ रहा है बरोबर सर, ऐसे शब्द एक हाँ ये स्टार्ट ठीक सही है। आप उधर चेक कर या ऑनलाइन। Hello, am I audible, sir? हाँ हो रही है सर। सर आप स्टार्ट करें सर। Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jhalkesh Sharma, along with Ms. Nilakshi, Shukla, a research scholar from the Department of Management, University of Lucknow. And the topic of my study is evolution and prospects of technopreneurship in India. So now, without further ado, let's begin with the introduction. So, technopreneurship is basically the form of entrepreneurship which which generate value through tech-based ventures. Basically, entrepreneurship which are driven through technologies, and therefore a technopreneur is that individual which technology such as IoT and artificial intelligence, etc. Now, forwarding with my literature, technopreneurship, as the introduction session, we have told that it is a hybrid of two words, technology and entrepreneurship. The term was coined in late 90s, with of course followed by the inception of tech giants like Apple, Google, and Microsoft, Amazon, etc. And Halem et al. 2023 has identified 4 potential challenges for technopreneurship, namely the skill set and readiness of the individual, the organization lack of organization capability, lack of institutional support, and changing dynamics of business environments. Now, the further we move to the evolution of technopreneurship in specific to India. So there we have identified 5 stages of technopreneurship evolution in India. First one is foundational stage, which is still 1990s. So the use of technology was very limited, and the focus was more on hardware driven innovations, and TCS and Infosys were some major tech giants. Moving towards the second stage of phase, which is globalization, which is between 1990s to 2000, where countries' boundaries were blurred, and the focus was shifted from hardware to software-driven innovations. And some companies which boom in this period are Amazon, Google, and Yahoo. Further, moving to the third stage, which is internet revolution. So where I say internet revolution, though internet was pre-introduced, but during this phase, internet was made available and commercialized with in and easily accessible. So e-commerce platforms boom and Flipkart, Snapdeal, and Paytm such um, companies that elevated during this period. Now moving with the fourth stage, which is the startup ecosystem, which only after 2010, and due to government initiatives such as Digital India, Startup India, and increasing IT concern in mega cities such as Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Gurgaon, more techno-driven enterprises and ventures started up such as Blinkit, Zomato, and Uber. And finally, with the presence of artificial intelligence, the final stage we named as artificial intelligence, which is virtual, present, and future, where face recognition, voice recognition, ADAS level system have been introduced, and unicorn startup valued over 1 billion. Those are unicorn startups are now rising. One of the example I would like to give here that even with the entry level car recently launched Honda Amaze, sorry, third generation, they introduced ADAS features. So with that, whole industries are revolutionizing. So here is a quick glimpse of all the stages with their time period, characteristics, and differences. Now moving forward with the objectives of the study. So the study has a tripod objective. So basically, we are looking for the past, the present, and the future of technopreneurship considered in Indian context. So the first is to study the evolution of technopreneurship in India and to explore the current trends in general, and then discuss the future prospects of technopreneurial growth in India. So for this, we conducted a systematic literature review, and for that we taken the Scopus database, in which we search with the key terms based on the previous literature, and 150 results occurred. After that, articles from the domain of business management and accounting economics were incorporated, and then the final results were only 66 relevant articles were considered. All of them were in English language. So here you can see the Prisma framework. Now moving forward with the findings and results of this study. The first one is the year-wise publication. So it is recorded that the highest number of publication in context with technopreneurship were recorded in 2024, which is the recent year, that is 14, and the lowest were in 2011, 15, and 18, which is 1. Further, country-wise scientific production resulted that highest number of papers were published in Indonesia, which is 79, and the lowest were in Botswana, that is 3. India here is a runner with 70 papers on technopreneurship, which are obviously in the Scopus database. Now the third is author-wise. As you can see, the following are the data where so Topo W has 4 papers on technopreneurship and ADSIM has only 1. Now this is the word cloud analysis. As you can see, obviously the main focus was on technopreneurship. Therefore it is a bigger term here represented. But other than that, it is closely related with sustainable development. Because if you use technologies are replacement or technologies upgradation and replacing the additional practices which help in sustaining the businesses and environment in general. And also with the information management, engineering, though we are looking for the management paper, still the keywords are related to economics, related to engineering, because such terms are more in the interdisciplinary perspective. Now, moving with the prospects of technopreneurship in India. So, startup ecosystem hub. Now, India is moving to. In fact, it started moving after 2015 towards ecosystem where more of digital India, Make in India, National AI Strategy, Innovation Mission, such initiatives are taken by the government. Second is industrial collaboration. Like I said, even the papers are from interdisciplinary approach. So therefore, the industries such as agriculture, finance, education, etc., have to also incorporate and collaborate. And third is sustainable solutions. Sustainable solutions such as electrical vehicles, solar energy, and eco-friendly manufacturing, etc. And lastly, AI power innovations such as which I have mentioned, like ADAS using features in the car, etc. are future prospects for technopreneurship in India. Now, finally, moving to the conclusion. First of all, technopreneurship in India is making a remarkable journey, and with the new advancement in technology such as AI, IoT, and blockchain introduced, and the development of tier 2 cities as the prospects for future IT hubs such as Lucknow and Bhopal. And the boost is gone, and they also got boost from the government initiatives in the recent period, and improvement in digital literacy and reduction in digital divide has also impacted technopreneurship in India. So these are the references I use, a few references out of all which I have used in the whole paper. And thank you.
Next researcher, please.
Yeah, is it me? Dr. Jharna Tolani. Yeah, just a second. I'll just share my screen.
So our second presenter is Dr. Sanjay Kumar Chandani. Now he will present his.
Okay, sorry.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. And stubble burning, these factors are disrupting commercial activities, increasing cost, and threatening long-term economic stability. My co-author is Dr. SrachnaSachdeva. She is assistant professor in Government Degree College, Uttarakhand. I am Dr. Sanjay Kumar Chandani, assistant professor, Jagran Institute of Journalism and Mass Communication. आप ये टाइटल ऊपर देख रहे हैं, पॉल्यूशन इन दिल्ली एनसीआर, अ बिजनेस क्राइसिस एंड द पाथ टू सस्टेनेबिलिटी थ्रू वैदिक विजडम। मैं अंग्रेजी में मैंने पीपीटी बना रखी है, तो अंग्रेजी वाले पीपीटी के थ्रू अंग्रेजी में देखें। मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में कन्वीनियंट फील करता हूं और आप लोगों को हिंदी में बताऊंगा, और जिनको अंग्रेजी में देखना है तो उसमें पीपीटी में देखते जाएं, ठीक है। मैं थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन दूंगा इसके बारे में, बाकी आप पढ़ सकते हैं कि दिल्ली हमारे भारत की सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट इकोनॉमिक जोन है, जहां से पूरे देश का व्यापार चलता है। हमारे कानपुर से जो जैसे मंगलवार की मार्केट बंद है, तो मंगलवार का सारा व्यापारी दिल्ली जाता सामान खरीदने। सोमवार को गुमटी बंद होती है, तो गुमटी का सारा व्यापारी दुकान बंद करके घर नहीं बैठता, वो दिल्ली जाता है सामान खरीदने। लेकिन हमने ये देखा है, अक्टूबर सितंबर आते ही पॉल्यूशन अपने चरम क्राइसिस पे है, पॉल्यूशन अपने चरम क्राइसिस पे है। और हम ये देख रहे हैं कि दिल्ली में ग्रैब सिस्टम लागू हो चुका है, और हमने ये देखा कि दिल्ली में स्थिति, पॉल्यूशन इतना ज्यादा बढ़ चुका है कि स्थितियां खराब से बदतर हो रही हैं। आपको शायद ये मालूम होगा, 10 सिगरेट अ डे, इतना ज्यादा पोल्यूशन खराब है कि इतने वहां एयर पोल्यूशन की स्थिति खराब है कि एक व्यक्ति 10 सिगरेट के बराबर धुआं ले रहा है वहां पे। और ये मैं आपको बता दूं, और शायद सबको मालूम भी होगा, हिंदुस्तान में पॉल्यूशन से ज्यादा मौतें हो रही, ना कि रोड एक्सीडेंट से। पॉल्यूशन हमारे लिए एक साइलेंट किलर है। और ये कैसे हमारे, चूंकि ये मैनेजमेंट की सेमिनार है, तो मुझे इकोनॉमिकल और बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को भी बहुत महत्व देना पड़ेगा, और चूंकि ये उसी से ही रिलेटेड है। मैं आगे बढ़ रहा हूं। ये कुछ आंकड़े हैं जो कि आप दिन भर अखबार में देखते होंगे, क्या कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड क्या स्थितियां हैं, और दिल्ली में जो ये लेवल्स हैं, कितने ज्यादा एमिशन लेवल्स हैं, वो कितने खराब हैं। ये आंकड़ों को मैं ज्यादा यहाँ नहीं पढ़ूंगा क्योंकि समय भी कम है। आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ। रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम क्या है? रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम अंडर दिस रिसर्च पेपर इन्वेस्टिगेट्स इकोनॉमिक, हेल्थ एंड एनवायरमेंटल impact of air pollution in Delhi NCR, focusing on how it disrupts business operation, public health and ecological stability. It further explores how integrating Vedic wisdom and traditional sustainability practices could offer innovative solutions to mitigate pollution and promote long-term urban resilience. अब यहीं थोड़ा सा मेरी बात में टर्निंग आएगी। सुबह एक मेरे प्लेनरी जो ऑनलाइन पैनलिस्ट है वो बोले कि हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं है, सबसे पहले हमारे लिए प्रॉफिट है। ये हमारा कल्चर नहीं है। हमारा कल्चर प्रॉफिट मोटिव, तो देखिए व्यापार करेंगे तो प्रॉफिट मोटिव है, लेकिन ये अप्रोच हमारे हिंदुस्तान की नहीं है, हमारे सनातन धर्म की नहीं है। हमारा अप्रोच है सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, यानी जब पूरी दुनिया खुश रहेगी तब हम भी खुश रहेंगे। लेकिन कमोवेश हो क्या गया है, हमको अपने कल्चर की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा, वैदिक और उपनिषद की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा। हमारे वेद और उपनिषद ये नहीं कहते हैं, वो इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक अप्रोच को नहीं प्रमोट करते हैं। इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक अप्रोच क्या है? इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक अप्रोच अमेरिका और यूरोप की पैदा की गई है, जिसमें आदमी सिर्फ अपने लिए सोचता है, दूसरे के लिए उसको कोई मतलब नहीं है, दूसरा मर रहा तो मरने दो। ये अप्रोच हमारे हिंदुस्तान की नहीं है। हमारे बोल रहे हैं रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, इकोनॉमिक इंपैक्ट क्या था इस पॉल्यूशन का, हेल्थ और सोशल कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस तो अब मैं बता ही चुका हूं कि जैसे इस अगस्त सितंबर चालू होता है, दिल्ली के लोगों का गला नाक आंख सब बंद हो जाते हैं। दिल्ली के कानपुर भी इन सब चीजों से जूझता है, क्योंकि हम लोग को दुनिया में सबसे पॉल्यूटेड शहर का खिताब भी मिल चुका है। तो कानपुर और दिल्ली में कोई ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है, हम वैसे ही हैं जैसे दिल्ली भी है। दिल्ली हाईलाइट ज्यादा इसलिए होता है क्योंकि दिल्ली राजधानी है, और कानपुर तो चूंकि उत्तर प्रदेश की भी राजधानी है, इसको कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है। हमारे यहाँ एक पॉल्यूशन नापने का सिस्टम ब्रह्मनगर चौराहे पे लगा था 4 साल पहले, वो भी खराब हो चुका, और सरकार को इतनी सुध नहीं है कि उसको ठीक कराना। तो कानपुर की तो बातें छोड़ दीजिए, हम दिल्ली एनसीआर की ही बात करेंगे, कानपुर किनारे लगाइए। अब हम एनवायरमेंट डिग्रेडेशन ये सब तो बातें हो चुकी। रोल ऑफ वैदिक विजडम इन सस्टेनेबिलिटी, वेदों का क्या उल्लेख है इसमें? तो एक्सप्लोरिंग हाउ प्रिंसिपल्स फ्रॉम वैदिक टेक्स्ट एंड ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम कैन कंट्रीब्यूट टू सस्टेनेबल प्रैक्टिसेस इन अर्बन प्लानिंग, बिजनेस ऑपरेशंस एंड एनवायरमेंटल स्टीवर्डशिप टू रिड्यूस पॉल्यूशन। कैसे वेद और उपनिषद हमको एक नई दिशा दिखा सकते हैं ताकि हम व्यापार करें, कमाएं भी, लेकिन ऐसा ना करें एक दूसरे को कुचलने के बाद, एक दूसरे को गिराने के बाद आगे बढ़े। तो वो पैसा किस काम का है, जरा इस पर थोड़ा अंतर मंथन करने की जरूरत है हम सबको। अब रिसर्च में यहाँ क्या है कि हमने दिल्ली एनसीआर में जो पॉल्यूशन है उसके बारे में रिसर्च की है, कितना हमें नुकसान हुआ है, और हेल्थ वाइज, इकोनॉमिक वाइज, वो सब आप पीपीटी पे देख लेंगे। वो मैं अगर आपको यहाँ बताने लगूंगा तो इतनी बड़ी पीपीटी कोई मतलब नहीं रह जाएगा, तो इसलिए पीपीटी को भी देखिए और इसकी सॉफ्ट कॉपी आपके ग्रुप में भी पहुंच जाएगी। ये एनालिसिस है जो बताते हैं ग्रॉस स्टेट डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्शन वो कैसे गिरा है इन 2 महीनों में, यानी सितंबर से या अगस्त से कितना बुरा गिरा है। ये नेशनल डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्शन है वो स्टेट का, दिल्ली का। तो ये कुछ आंकड़े हैं, ये अब इसको मैं फिगर में बताना चाहूंगा। ये लगभग जो है 2500 करोड़, ये फिगर देख लीजिए, 2500 करोड़ रुपए ऊपर चौथी लाइन पे, ये सितंबर के महीने का नुकसान है दिल्ली वालों का। लंबी लंबी ट्रकों की लाइनें लगी हैं बाहर, दिल्ली में डीजल ट्रक को अंदर नहीं आने दे रहे हैं। दिल्ली हब है होलसेल बाजार का, पूरा उत्तर प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, पंजाब का होलसेल व्यापारी दिल्ली से माल खरीदने जाता है। ट्रकों की लाइन लगी हुई है, माल शॉर्टेज है, हफ्ते में 3 दिन काम हो रहा है, सरकारी काम और प्राइवेट काम भी हफ्ते में 3 दिन हो पा रहा है। प्रोडक्टिविटी कहां पहुंच चुके हैं हम लोग? ऐसा कौन सा हम लोग व्यापार कर रहे हैं कि जो हफ्ते में 3 दिन कर पा रहे हैं और 3 दिन कर ही नहीं पा रहे हैं? हजारों करोड़ का यह नुकसान हो रहा है और हम लोग प्रॉफिट और बिजनेस की बात कर रहे हैं। ये कौन सा प्रॉफिट बिजनेस हम लोग बना रहे हैं? इस पे भी अंतर मंथन करने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि मैं इसके बारे में और आगे भी बताऊंगा। आगे बढ़ रहा हूं। इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन, कंस्ट्रक्शन की बहुत बुरी हालत है, पूरे दिल्ली में कंस्ट्रक्शन को रोक दिया गया। कंस्ट्रक्शन इतनी बड़ी इंडस्ट्री है जिसमें स्टील, सरिया, सीमेंट, ईटा, लेबर सब इन्वॉल्व है, सबको रोक दिया गया। कितने हजारों करोड़ का नुकसान हो रहा है क्योंकि कंस्ट्रक्शन सेगमेंट हमारा बंद है। ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है जो मतलब कैसे हमारा बिजनेस नुकसान हो रहा है। इम्पैक्ट ऑन एयर क्वालिटी, एयर क्वालिटी बहुत खराब है, इसके बारे में मैं ज्यादा क्या बताऊंगा। इसमें मैं थोड़ा सा बस एक ही आगे बात जोड़ूंगा कि हेल्थ इम्पैक्ट क्या है। कि एक नया सर्वे होता है, 69% ऑफ फैमिलीज इन दिल्ली एंड एनसीआर रिपोर्ट हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स ड्यू टू सीवियर पॉल्यूशन। 70% परिवारों ने बताया है कि उनकी स्थिति का ऐसा रुपया कमा करेंगे क्या जब फेफड़े सांस नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, मुंह से धुआं सही से सांस निकल नहीं पा रही, रुपए क्या करोगे? रुपए करोगे क्या? इस पर तो कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा। बड़ी विडंबना। हमारे फैशन चल पड़ा सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट बात करने। मैं गत 5 वर्षों से कम 5 कॉन्फ्रेंस अटेंड कर चुका हूं सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट ये तो फैशन हो गया, लेकिन इस पर बातें तो बहुत होती है, काम कुछ नहीं होगा। बड़ी विडंबना है। एज ए एकेडमिशियन मुझे भी बड़ी खराब लगता है कि सिर्फ बातें हो रही हैं, काम नहीं हो रहा। शायद कुछ काम भी हो पाए। इन्वायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट, रेमेडीज एज गिवन इन वेदास। मैं कुछ रेमेडीज बता रहा हूं जो वेदास में दी हुई हैं, जिसको हम लोग फॉलो कर सकते हैं। द वैदिक प्रिंसिपल ऑफ अहिंसा और नॉन वायलेंस एक्सटेंड्स बियॉन्ड फिजिकल हार्म टू इंक्लूड हार्म टू एनवायरमेंट। मतलब हमारा वेद दूसरे को छोड़ो, व्यक्ति को छोड़ो, प्रकृति को भी हार्म नहीं करने की बात करता, कि प्रकृति को भी नुकसान न पहुंचाओ। In modern business terms, ahimsa encourages business to adopt practices that reduce environmental damage, such as minimizing emission, reducing energy consumption, and usable renewable resources. By adopting non-violent approaches to business operation, companies can contribute to reducing polluting while reducing pollution and maintaining. कंपनियां आज भी अपना प्रॉफिट मेंटेन कर सकती हैं अगर वो इन प्रैक्टिसेस को फॉलो करें। ईमानदारी और मेहनत से सब कुछ हो सकता है। ये फिर कुछ वही हमारे ऋग्वेद और अथर्ववेद में जो दिया हुआ है, कैसे जो है हम ओजोन लेवल को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। एयर, अथर्ववेद में हमारे डिस्क्राइब प्योर एयर एज अ फॉर्म ऑफ मेडिसिन दैट इनवोग्रेट्स लाइफ एंड क्लीन्स इम्प्योरिटीज फ्रॉम द इंटेस्टाइन्स। शुद्ध हवा हमारी जीवन को बदलती है और एक मेडिसिन की तरह काम करती है। ऋग्वेद में 6.3.7.3 कॉल्स फ्रेश एयर रेमेडी फॉर ऑल डिजीजेस। ऋग्वेद कहता है कि ताजी हवा सारी बीमारियों को दूर कर सकती है, लेकिन हमको तो रुपया कमाना है, हमारे लिए तो प्रॉफिट पहले है। बड़ी विडंबना है। हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। बैलेंस ऑफ नेचुरल फोर्सेस, ये सब चीजें आप लोग देख लीजिएगा, क्योंकि समय कम है, मैं वाइंड अप भी करना चाहता हूं। आगे मैं बढ़ रहा हूं। ये कुछ तरीके हैं जिससे हम लोग अपना एनवायरनमेंट ठीक रख सकते हैं। देखिए, कंक्लूजन में मैं एक मोटी बात बता रहा हूं। देखिए, कोविड जब तक नहीं आया था, अमेरिकन और यूरोपियन मॉडल दुनिया में कामयाब था। अमेरिकन मॉडल क्या है? कैपिटलिज्म पे आधारित है, पैसा कमाओ, दूसरे को कुचल डालो। हमारा मॉडल ये नहीं है। कोविड के बाद अमेरिकन मॉडल और यूरोपियन मॉडल कोलैप्स हो चुका है। दुनिया हिंदुस्तान की तरफ देख रही है कि हिंदुस्तान क्या करने जा रहा। और हिंदुस्तान अगर दूसरा चाइना बन गया, मैं उसको भी फेलियर मानता हूं। आज चाइना में बहुत बड़ा रिसेशन है। 4 दिन में 5000 पॉइंट सेंसेक्स गिरा है। 20 लाख करोड़ का नुकसान हुआ हिंदुस्तान को। तो चाइना एक जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट बना था इन 20 सालों में, आज जब पूरी दुनिया में रिसेशन है, तो अब चाइना में उससे जब पूरे सारे ग्राहकों को रिसेशन है, तो जो मेन दुकानदार है वो तो खत्म हो ही जाएगा। और इंडिया के मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट बनना चाह रहा, बने, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन चाइनीज मॉडल को मैं नहीं अपनाना चाहता हूं। चाइनीज मॉडल हमको कहीं नहीं लेके जाएगा। यूरोप और अमेरिका कर क्या रहा है? यूरोप अमेरिका हम लोग को बनाए कबाड़ का डब्बा। आप देखिए जितने बंदरगाह, जहाज के जहाज और कंप्यूटर और ये जितने भी उनके मोबाइल फोन है, उनका कबाड़ वो हिंदुस्तान में भेज रहे हैं। वो अपने क्यों नहीं उसको रिसाइकिल कर रहे हैं? हिंदुस्तान के कबाड़ खाना है। जितनी भी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं जो पॉल्यूशन फैलाती हैं, लेदर है, ये वो अपने यहाँ नहीं लगाते हैं, वो हिंदुस्तान में लगवाते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि वो अपनी एनवायरनमेंट को साफ रखना चाहते हैं और हमारे मुल्क को प्रदूषित करना चाहते हैं। तो मेरा इसके थ्रू गवर्नमेंट से या एकेडमिशियन से आग्रह है कि हमको अपने कल्चर, अपने रूट्स को नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए। हम फैक्ट्रीज लगाएं लेकिन अपने एनवायरनमेंट को, अपने उसको ध्यान दें। और इन्हीं सब बातों के साथ मैं आज अपनी बात को समाप्त करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
Next presenter, please.
Hello. Hello. Sir, please you give the response.
Our next presenter.
Yeah, you are audible.
She will start presenting her paper.
Sir, I want to start my PPT.
Okay.
So please share my screen.
Sir, please, so ma'am, please, after this presentation, you will start your presentation.
Okay.
Start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Shashi, and I'm delighted to be here at the 7th International Conference. My presentation is titled Contrasting Paths to Sustainability. Sustainability today is no longer a choice, but a necessity, driven by growing environmental concerns. Digital transformation powered by Industry 4.0 technologies such as AI, Internet of Things, data analytics, plays a crucial role in enabling sustainability. The objective of this presentation is to compare data-driven sustainability practices between an established firm and an emerging company in the retail industry. As you can see in the chart, it shows the top 5 leading industries, and retail industry is at the top with 16% of weightage. Today, I'll be focusing on two distinct companies, Amazon and Swiggy, Amazon being an established firm and Swiggy an emerging firm. First, let's look at the difference between both the firms. Amazon, which was founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos, initially sold books online, but today it stands as an e-commerce platform. And its IPO was issued in 1997. Its headquarters are in Washington. Swiggy, which was founded in 2014 by Sriharsha Majety and his co-founders, as a food delivery platform. Its IPO was recently issued in November 2024. The headquarters are in Bangalore. Amazon has a vision to be Earth's most customer-centric company, and Swiggy stands to provide unmatched convenience to its urban customers. Sustainability 4.0 is a concept that integrates advanced technologies from the Industry 4.0 with sustainability principles. We'll look at 5 sustainability factors: dematerialization, smart products, intelligent resources, automation technology, and sustainable mobility. We will compare how Amazon and Swiggy have incorporated these 5 factors into their business practices. Dematerialization means reducing or eliminating need for physical materials or objects to reduce environmental impact. Amazon Second Chance. As you can see on the screen, Amazon Second Chance is an initiative by Amazon which allows customers to reuse, buy, or sell their electronic devices, and they also assist their customers to recycle packaging. Swiggy Packaging Assist, on the other hand, provides restaurant partners with a variety of packaging solutions, including but not restricted to eco-friendly packaging. This packaging is curated based on the items of the restaurant's menu. Smart services are services that use advanced technology such as AI or data analytics. Amazon Aware launched a wide range of products that are suitable for environmentally conscious customers. The products are thoughtfully made of either recycled polyester, organic cotton, or bio-based ingredients. Swiggy allows their customers to choose this eco-friendly way of delivery through Eco-Saver Delivery, and they also provide discounts to customers in order to encourage them. Sustainable mobility.
There are more presentations. I next presenter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, more questions?
Sir.
No questions, you may proceed, please.
No questions.
Okay.
Sustainable mobility means use of transportation modes that reduce harm to environment. To help reduce delivery related emissions, Amazon is investing in electric vehicles at their last mile delivery. It is making progress on its mission to deploy 10,000 EVs by 2025. It has already deployed 7.2K EVs in its last mile delivery. Swiggy, on the other hand, has partnerships with many companies, and one such company is Gogoro. Intelligent resources. Intelligent resources means strategic and innovative use of resources such as energy, water, and other materials. AWS primarily uses water to cool its global data centers, which give customers continuous access to AWS technologies. As a leader in water use effectiveness among cloud providers, AWS has set a goal to become water positive by 2030. As you can see, it is making progress by reducing minus 5% every year from 2021 to 2023. Swiggy initiated a program for the completion of education of its delivery executives, a specially curated multi-skilling and multilingual learning offering for its delivery executives and their children as well. Automation technology means use of machines, softwares, or computers to automate tasks and to reduce human intervention. Amazon uses a variety of packaging and packing innovation systems to pack up customer orders. In 2012, Amazon acquired a robotics company, Kiva, and over a decade today, it has more than 750,000 robotic drive units. The Swiggy Partners app help contains FAQs, that is frequently asked questions, addressing common queries from vendors, and it has similar system for the customers as well. But Swiggy has used automated chatbots to streamline this process and to allow users to input their queries directly and fetching relevant answers within no time. Let's look into the challenges that the companies or businesses might face even after inculcating sustainability into their business practices. Strategic drift. Even though companies are coping up with the technological upgradation, it's difficult to keep up with the technological shift that due to AI and Internet of Things is is making each and every second. Short-termism. It's difficult for companies to survive their early stages as most of the plans are short-term based and companies face a myopia. Industry pressure. It's difficult to keep up with the customer expectations when customers are continuously expecting the companies to become sustainable. Profit-driven mentality. Today, companies mostly focus on profit and all their decisions are surrounded to make profits. The concept of sustainability rests on three pillars: planet, people, and profit, often referred to as the triple bottom line approach. While it's significantly universally acknowledged, companies differ vastly in their strategies for integrating sustainability. To sum up, Amazon and Swiggy are good examples of how different people's paths to sustainability are. Whether Swiggy has incorporated sustainability from the beginning or Amazon has leveraged decades of knowledge, their contrasting approaches offer valuable lessons. Ultimately, businesses must recognize that the timing of adopting sustainability matters less than the consistency of their efforts. The integration of digital transformation with sustainability is not just an operational shift, but a mindset change, a blueprint for a long-term growth and resilience. Thank you.
Ma'am, can I present next?
Ma'am, it's my turn now.
So actually, I have requested, I stay in Mumbai, so I need to travel back from the local train. It will take a lot of time to move. So I have requested Madam to get me the next turn. If you allow me to do it, it would be nice from your side. So,
Okay, take on.
thank you so much, sir. With the permission of Chair, can I present, sir?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. This is Dr. Jharna Tolani. I'll just share my screen. My number is technically 12, but due to the certain issues, they have allowed me to start. Yeah, I suppose my PPT is on. I'll just. Okay, a very good evening to all of you. My topic for the research is Sovereign Green Bonds, a roadmap for sustainable and responsible investment. The introduction part, if we'll take the post-independence, India has witnessed a rapid growth, whether it was an industrial development, LPG, growing of the tertiary sector, or the digitization in the 21st century. These all chapters in the development and the growth of the Indian economy are deemed very impressive. But it has brought various environmental challenges like pollution, deforestation, climate change, and degradation. These issues denotes that the country should feel accountable towards these problems, address them, and may not be completely eradicate them, but try to reduce them. On these lines, Indian government is taking various steps like National Mission for Green India, Sustainable Agriculture, Sustainable Habitat, and many more. Such programs, to make such programs successful, a high level of investment has been required by public and private entities. This could be possible through green financing. These investments can be raised through under CSR projects, or company can issue green loans, green bonds, green equities, etc. Government is also taking its required steps towards it, and they are issuing their sovereign green bonds. What is sovereign green bonds? Sovereign green bonds are the debt securities issued by national government to raise funds for the project that has positive environmental impacts. They are for the long-term period, less volatile and backed by the government, which makes them secure for the investment. Now, green bonds in India. India has entered in sovereign green bonds in the year, India has entered in sovereign green bonds in the year 2023, where RBI on behalf of government issued these bonds worth of rupees 36,000 crores and oversubscribed, and it was oversubscribed by various market participants, especially the banks. At present, the government is investing this money in 9 major categories, which are being mentioned over here, like sustainable water, waste management, pollution prevention, green building, sustainable management, protection of terrestrial, adapting to climate change, pollution, and renewable energies. Now, objectives of my study. The first objective is to analyze the role and the scope of sovereign green bonds in building sustainable economy. And the second is to identify future opportunities and challenges for sovereign green bonds in India. On the basis of objectives, the researcher have identified certain research problems by conducting descriptive research and using the secondary data available on the government websites and various reports available by the various research teams. Now, what are the research problems and the analysis and discussions accordingly? The first research problem in this research is the increasing investors for sovereign green bonds. No doubt, in the first set of options of these bonds, they were oversubscribed in spite of the low yields. But the major investors were the government and the government banks and the insurance companies. In 2025 also, they are coming up with the new subscription. They are coming up with the new subscription of worth of rupees 20,000 crores. So the problem lies that in the coming subscription, there has to bring a number of different types of investors apart from the banks and the insurance companies. But what are the problems because of which the investor groups are not increasing?
Research method, objective, jewelry. Importance of jewelry. Jewelry reflect culture, status, and personal style.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Who's speaking in between, I suppose? Yeah. So the analysis first, the problem lies in the greenium. It is the lower rate of interest which the investors are ready to accept that are investing for the environmental friendly projects. No doubt the returns are not getting so much in the case of sovereign green bonds. This is one of the reasons because of that the investors are not interested in such kind of bonds much. Second is the mandates. As we all are aware, the banks have to invest a lot amount of money in the form of SLR. So in the form of statutory liquidity ratio, we can find that the banks have majorly invested in the sovereign green bonds, and because of that, these bonds in the earlier issues got oversubscribed. Next is the lower maturities. At present, particular longer maturities are there for 10 years, and the government is planning to come up with the next issue for 30 years also. So they are providing less yield and the amount of the maturity is too long. Because of that, the investors may not be interested in the green bonds. Third, next is the liquidity. There is no lock-in period for the securities. It could be listed on the secondary market also, but there should be the demand as there is no liquidity because these bonds are for the longer period of time. So whenever the person invests or any kind of a company invest in the sovereign green bonds, they should think about that they have to invest in these bonds for the longer period of time with the good intentions. Next is the performance analysis data. Many of the investors are there who like to invest after analyzing the previous performance. As these securities have been issued in year 2023, so it has been very early to speak about the performances. So because of that, many investors are refrained from investing in these investments. Next is a tax benefit. They do not provide any kind of specific tax benefit under the section 80C and 80D, which are specialized for providing the tax benefit under the bonds. But they are attractive for the people who want to do something for the environment. The next is the international investors. The RBI has allowed the foreign institutional investors as well as the NRIs to invest in such kind of an investment condition. They should be operating under the same IFSC system. But the major problem is that RBI is issuing these bonds under the rupee, not under the dollar. So because of that, the investors may not be much interested. The foreign investors may not be much interested in investing in such kind of a securities. The second problem lies that the investors' consideration and due diligence for the funds, no doubt they are investing, but they are always considering that where exactly our money is going and how the returns we are going to get it. The first, see what it says that though there is a framework for sovereign green bonds, it has been drafted with the standards of International Capital Market Association, and also they have established the Green Finance Working Committee, which heads the sovereign green bonds. But our standards are considered as a medium grades. Okay? There are a lot of medium grades are there. Because of that, some sectors who are investing in the green bonds, for them it could be challenging and potentially they can increase the risk of financing. It could be considered that such projects may not be considered as green, or they could be, as a kind of a greenwashing kind of projects could be there. So because of that, the investors are really considered about investing in such kind of bonds. So the next is the analysis and the discussion. So first is the challenges in the standardization. No doubt, the sovereign green bonds are under the International Capital Market Assessment, that is ICMA principles. They follow these principles, but still there is no clear criteria to assess the environmental impacts of project and determine the eligibility of green bonds issued. As this can be challenging to even attract the international investors also. The next is the adoption of the green taxonomy. As we know, what is the taxonomy? We all follow under the NEP, that is the Bloom's taxonomy. So there is a template, the fixed template, which is being adopted by a number of the European countries when it comes to the sovereign green bonds. But unfortunately, under Indian system, the Indian government has not yet adopted any kind of a green taxonomy. Next is the absence of independent third-party audit. Though there is a kind of an audit system which is being done by the number of parties by the government. Just for example, it is being done by the CAG, but CAG does the audits for all the expenses and the incomes which are being made by the government. So there is no specific independent third audit. So there is a complex flow of the information in such kind of an project. So there is a requirement of third party audit, but till now it is not being done. So it makes the process really difficult. Next is the refinancing of the existing project. Talking about the unassigned funds. See, whatever are the unassigned funds are there in the first year, no doubt they have come up with the 26,000 crores of money they have raised from the market, but whole money they haven't invested. So in the coming years, the part of the money they are going to invest. But already in whatever the projects they have invested, they are not having any kind of a plan to refinance them. So still there is a lot of time to find out that what is the scope of the future scope of the projects which are being already being funded by such kind of a sovereign green bonds, under sovereign green bonds. Next is the project selection process. There could be the hidden interest and the biases also, hidden agenda. Okay, rather than, going with the proper framework, there could be some kind of an manipulations while selection of the projects also. So that could be a problem. Because of that, the investors would be really worried about the funds which they are investing in the sovereign. Next, we are talking about the SWOT analysis. The strength lies over here that they are the less risky kind of an investment because it is backed by the government. Second is they enhances the government reputation. As 23, they have come up with the sovereign green bond, so it shows that the government is playing a very important role. Yes, please.
Please conclude quickly, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. So these are the suggestions that there should be a third-party audit, there should be proper taxonomy, investors should be educated, and they should define what exactly the green projects are. So last is the conclusion. The Indian government should be, they are trying to show that they are very much sensitive towards the climate change, but whatever the damage has been done, it has to be made it again. They need to be repaired it through the way of reverse engineering. For that, they have to adopt many social projects, and for that they require a number of the investors and create not only the green wealth for the economy, but also for the national as well as international investors. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for allowing me in between to present my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anand sir. Thank you.
Our next presenter with us, Mr. Prashant. Now he will present his paper.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Manish Lumba. I think I was supposed to be presenting at serial number 4, but because of request of my colleague, I did not. So I think it should be my turn now.
Sir, after the offline presentation, we will start the online presentation. So this is the last candidate for this offline presentation. After this, you will present.
Okay, it's an online presentation is going on, is it?
This is offline presentation, sir.
Okay, sir.
After that, we will start online.
Okay, sir.
Start. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So I will be presenting. Yeah, so I will be presenting on the topic harnessing SaaS for startup growth in India, opportunities and strategic advantages. And whatever is shown in this PPT, this is based on my 10+ years of industry experience. So now going forward, I would like to start like what is SaaS? SaaS is actually software as a service. So the common example in our daily day-to-day life, if we say Google Drive, I think Professor Justin Paul was also discussing about the same in the morning. So Google Drive is one example of SaaS. So you don't need to install anything. You don't need to buy any hardware. You don't need to manage the manpower for this hardware and all. You can purchase this service on the basis of subscription. So that is SaaS, software as a service. Now going forward, there are multiple applications of SaaS for business. So if you see, wherever you go in any business, any department, so everywhere
we have an application of SaaS which can be used, and it is very cost effective, whether it is CRM or whether it is human resource management or sales management or marketing automation, conversational chatbots, BI analytics, supply chain management, service management, e-commerce, project management, or accounting and finance. So all these functions can be managed through the SaaS applications at a very affordable cost. As a result, this SaaS application is very helpful for the startups, especially if I talk about the Indian context. Now, here you can see some of the benefits of SaaS for the Indian startups. So financial flexibility is the one, as I said, that here you can get on the subscription model, that is pay as you go. So you don't need to give, you don't need to buy expensive hardware, or you don't need to put too many, manpower for managing the IT infrastructure and all. Everything will be managed by the SaaS infrastructure. The SaaS companies, they will manage for you. And you have the flexibility to pay either on a monthly billing, or you can pay on a quarterly billing, or you can have an annual contract with the SaaS companies. So this is providing a too much financial flexibility to the, all the startups or any companies if they are using any SaaS application. The other one, if I say, that is operational efficiency. So operational efficiency, there are a lot of, automations which are going on in any department. So based on, these SaaS applications, all the tasks can be automated, and hence the efficiency in the operations can be increased. The third one, if I say, that is market agility. Nowadays, there's a, rapid change in the behavior of the, customer or consumer buying behavior or the technology. So there are a lot of SaaS company which is helping, the startups or the other companies in this kind of scenario to adapt with the changes in the market. Then the next one is multi-channel support. So now a lot of current scenario, the customers are present everywhere. You can't rely only on maybe an offline channel or online channel. Online, if you also go, so there will be, they can be present on Instagram, they can be present on WhatsApp, they can be present on Facebook or LinkedIn. So these startups actually provide the multi-channel support, and from there actually you can bring customer to your platform to purchase your product or the services. The next benefit is cyber security and compliance. So almost all these SaaS companies, so they are, complying to the policies of the government, or they are GDPR compliant and every all. So you don't need to worry about the compliances and cyber security things if you are using this SaaS applications. And the next one is talent attraction and retention. So the SaaS applications, nowadays they are providing a lot of things like the work from home scenario. So in this work from home scenario, there are multiple SaaS applications which are helping, to the employers and employees both to manage this work from home or the hybrid model of scenario, or they are providing, the applications, it can be accessed from anywhere on any device. So you don't need always to carry your laptop. Even there are mobile apps on which you can do your daily work routine. So these are a few of the benefits of SaaS for the Indian startups. Going forward, there are two companies I would like to say who are in this SaaS domain. Although there are many companies, but I have picked two companies. One is the Zoho. The Zoho is 25 plus years old company, and they are having 55 plus subscription based software products, which is used by 100 million plus users in 150 plus countries. So they are providing free trials. And again, as I mentioned earlier, they are providing the flexibility to choose either monthly or the annual billing. So in the previous slide where I have shown all the major applications of the SaaS, so almost everything is present with the Zoho. You can take the subscription of any of the requirement from the Zoho. The next one is Pro Workflow. It's a New Zealand-based company and in 22 plus years into business operations. It's the subscription-based software for project management, task management, and resource management. They are also providing free trials. One major difference between the Zoho and Pro Workflow, if I say, Pro Workflow is giving flexibility even to start from one user, which Zoho will generally not give. Although they will show it on paper that you can start from one user, but yeah, they are not giving it practically when you are going to purchase the subscription. And again, in Pro Workflow also you have the flexibility to choose from monthly or the annual billing. The best thing is all of they are providing free trials so that you can actually evaluate that whether your requirements are going to be met in particular software or not. next one is the challenges and the considerations. So few of the challenges and considerations which I would like to highlight here is, number one is the data sovereignty. So actually, data sovereignty need to be taken care that your data is hosted actually in your country on server only, because sometimes there are many foreign companies who are providing the SaaS solution, so they are hosting their data in either in US or Singapore or their home country. So you need to see this kind of thing, or you should try to focus that it should be the GDPR compliant. If they are GDPR compliant, then I think it is going to help even if it is hosted outside India. The next thing is vendor lock-in period. So let's say if you are negotiating the contract with the SaaS company, so you should try to focus on the vendor lock-in period. That it should not be that okay, you are going on maybe 1 year or 2 year or 3 year lock-in, so that you will not be have any flexibility to get if you want to see if you see that they are not providing good services. So you should have the flexibility to actually switch out from the existing the SaaS company, and you can switch to some other SaaS company if the expected services not delivered. The third one is data migration. So data migration is again here I would like to highlight that data migration can be for two types. The first type, if I say that if you are having some existing data in your system, so that should be migrated properly without any data losses to the new SaaS company where you are going, so that you can manage your day-to-day work easily. And the other thing for the data migration I want to highlight here that if you are using any SaaS provider and you are not satisfied with their service, so in future if you are migrating from one SaaS company to the other SaaS company, so in that scenario also, because there are many SaaS companies, they are not providing easy data migration and they are charging some extra for that. So this should be considered before finalizing any SaaS vendor, that if in future I want to migrate from one SaaS company to other SaaS company, so there should be easy migration for that particular thing. The next point is the customization need, because although there are inbuilt apps which are going to meet all the requirements of all the functions of any business organization, but sometimes there is always some customization need for any particular function of the business. So at that point of time you should carefully see that okay, that much required customization is provided by the SaaS provider or not. And again, integration with the existing setup, like it is related to data migration only, that if you are having any existing setup, so if you are it should properly integrate. So let's say you are using Tally or you are using Zoho Books or any other accounting software, and you are using some other project management tool. So at that point of time, for billing and invoicing and everything, it should properly integrate with the existing setup of your other existing software. Now, future of SaaS in India. Here I would like to say that again, although it's a good market penetration till now here in India for the SaaS in past few years, but again this adoption is going to increase in future again because of high internet penetration even in the rural India. I would like to give one example, like there are many people who are starting their startups from the rural area. One example is Diva Saris. So this actually is a company based out of Himachal Pradesh. They have started. It was featured on the Shark Tank season 3 as well. You might have seen. So they are able to start their business right from the a village of Himachal Pradesh because of availability of this SaaS-based tool for their e-commerce business, Shopify or any other. Now again, this SaaS business is expected to cross $70 billion plus by 2030 by some industry reports. There will be increase in the homegrown SaaS providers due to the flexibility of starting these kind of application. And the next one is the significant growth in the partnership and collaboration with the startups is expected with the SaaS companies. And the future is no code or low code SaaS solution, which is still in the market, but it is in nascent stage, but it is expected to grow at pace. Like one of the example I would like to say that there is a application Flutter. It's a SaaS based a low code application. So where you can start, on Flutter you can actually launch your mobile apps on iOS and all. So you don't need to do much coding there. By just drag and drop, you can build applications in some time. Yeah. So now I would like to conclude that there is a strategic advantage for Indian startups to compete globally There is reduction in cost in the business operations. Efficiency is going to improve, and there is a lot of innovation which will go at a pace due to this startups. Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Now, our next presenter is Anjali Pai. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Manisha
Am
Lumba.
I audible?
Who is this? Manisha Lumba?
No, it is Manish Lumba.
Okay. Now you can start your presentation.
Who?
Please share your screen and start.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Cristina. I'm the third presenter, actually, in the list online.
Yes, ma'am. Manish Lumba, you can start.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So start.
Yeah. Is it visible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and your slide is visible. So you can start.
Good evening, sir and madam. My name is Manish Lumba. I am PhD scholar with MIT Business School. And my presentation is on the theme of sustainability, as well how the data-driven sustainability is going to be taking benefit in the times to come for the business houses. Wherein I'll be covering most of the topics, which will include abstract, introduction, objective, research gaps, limitations. And since the time is constrained, so I would very briefly touch upon each of them. And in case there is any doubt or any questions which are there, I'm available offline. As we know, the sustainability is now the center to the global economy, driving businesses to innovate and integrate profitability with the environmental care and social progress. Thus, the sustainability is a key global focus, which pushes the businesses to align profits with environmental and social goals. Considering that fact, the data-driven approaches and advanced analytics, they bridge the ecological needs and entrepreneurial innovation through technologies like AI, ML, IoT, which is helping measure the sustainability and optimizing the resources, which fosters the eco-friendly and eco-efficient value chains. There has been a cases which has been included in my case studies as well as in my presentation, along with my complete paper, which demonstrate how these strategies enhance the efficiency and promoted sustainable business models. Entrepreneurs can leverage this data to identify green opportunities and optimize operations for scalability, and as well as to data-driven, they overcome the data governance activities, infrastructure investments, as well as ethical concerns which can be addressed. And this all needs to be collaborated between public and private sectors as a key, and the data acts as a strategic enabler to turn the sustainability into competitive advantage. So what is important is urgent action needs to be taken to enable this approach into the core business strategy for any organization for growth and resilience. Coming to the introduction part of the entire process, I would say that the growth urgency of climate change, the resource scarcity, social inequality, and positioned sustainability as a core drivers which are there for the global business strategies. Data-driven approaches powered by AI and IoT and big data are enabling companies to integrate sustainability into decision making, optimizing resource use, and adopt circular economy for the long-term competitiveness. This shift is transforming entrepreneurship by creating scalable green markets opportunity, which is especially for SMEs, while aligning with global framework like the UN SDGs. And looking into the business embracing the data as a strategic enabler, one can transform sustainability from a compliance to a competitive advantage, ensuring resilience and leadership in the rapid evolving global landscape. Tailoring these strategies are the vital for regional adaptability. With income countries setting standards and emerging economies driving innovation, technologies like blockchain and IoT are transforming sustainability, but bridging the digital divide into low income region is crucial. India, with its growth and challenges, is basically emerging as a sustainable leader through initiative like Digital India. Collaborative efforts among businesses, governments, and academia are essential to drive scalability, sustainability, as well as solution-oriented global businesses. Now, with this, the objectives which I had, which are there in the paper, are as mentioned, and these objectives aims to provide comprehensive understanding of how data-driven approach can drive sustainable business transformation and entrepreneurial growth while addressing the pressing global sustainable concern. That is here what we are talking about is planet before profits. And what are the research gaps? The research gaps are emerging technologies like AI and IoT and blockchain holds potential to advancing sustainability, but evidences on their direct impact on social goals remains limited. Second is challenges in IT adoption by SMEs, ecosystem collaboration and long-term sustainability overcomes of IT-driven models are unexplored. Additionally, building IT skills and digital literacy is crucial for enabling sustainable entrepreneurship. These gaps offer potential area for impactful research, driving both academia contributions and practical applications in sustainability and entrepreneurship. Now, what are the limitations of the study was IT solutions for sustainability often lack generalizability across industries and regions. While measuring long-term impacts remains complex, rapid technologies evolution, dependency on external factors like policies and market dynamics, and the digital divide hinders the scalability and inclusivity of IT-driven sustainable transformations. Now, what are the findings? To be briefly summarizing them, the data-driven sustainability enhances efficiencies, reduces cost, and improves energy through IoT and AI, as demonstrated by industry case studies. Rising ESG investment highlights the growing demand for transparency with businesses leveraging these matrices to attract investors. Sustainable practices boost customer loyalty and brand value, as seen in the consumer-driven industries. SMEs face challenges in adopting digital sustainability, but tailoring framework and case studies show promising solutions. Companies embraces circular economy practices supported by real-world examples, reports improved waste management and reduced potential production cost. So with this finding, what has been the conclusion? The conclusion is the data-driven sustainability integrates economic growth with environment and social responsibility by using analytics to improve efficiency, transparency, and innovation. AI will enable real-time monitoring and precise decision-making for sustainable practices, while global network fosters collaborative climatical solutions. Companies are going to be embracing this approach, are definitely going to get a lot of competitive advantage and competitive edge, and because of which the rise of green tech startups will open new opportunities for eco-friendly technologies. Integrating policies and business strategies will be the key to achieve sustainable goals like carbon neutrality. To do this, what is the recommendation is? To drive sustainability businesses should leverage AI and big data for resource optimization and waste reduction, while integrating circular economic models to recycle material and manage product life cycles. Aligning digital transformation with sustainability goals through IoT for emission monitoring is key. Adopting ESG report standards ensures transparency while fostering collaborative data ecosystem allows industries to tackle shared sustainability challenges together. And these are the 25 references which are mentioned very clearly, which has been used to prepare my paper. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, Anjali, I request you to present paper.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please share your screen.
Sure, sir. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, your screen is visible. You can start.
Oh. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anjali, and I'm here to present on the topic impact of GST on spending behavior of consumers in India. So, talking about introduction, GST was introduced in India on July 1st, 2017 to simplify the tax system and create one unified market. It has had mixed effects, reducing costs in some industries while increasing them in others, especially for necessities. This study focuses on how GST has impacted consumer behavior, preferences, and their spending patterns. Talking about tax rate under GST, it is not feasible to levy some same rate of tax as there is wide socio-economic gap existing among the people of India. So government has levied different tax rates for different goods and services. For example, essential items like basic food are taxed at 0% and 5%, while luxury items fall under 28% slab. So these variations directly affect consumers' decisions, what they buy and how much they spend. Talking about research methodology, research gap, what I have found is previous studies focused on GST's broader economic effects, but this study looks at its direct impact on individuals and their spending behavior. Talking about my objective, the objective of this paper was to examine how GST has changed consumer spending on different goods and how it influences their decision making. I have used ANOVA analysis to test if there is a link between income and spending patterns after GST was implemented. So we had two hypotheses here. First one is null hypothesis, where there is no relationship between income and spending patterns. And alternative hypothesis was there is a relationship, but meaning income influences spending behavior. In this table, we analyze spending on different categories like entertainment, electronic items, cosmetics, and more. So we can see that we focus on the column significance value. If this value is less than 0.05, that means we reject null hypothesis. So you can see that electronic and sports equipment has value less than 0.05. So you can say that this means income significantly affects spending in these categories. On the other hand, for most other categories like entertainment, cosmetics, fast food, and stationery, etc., significance value is above 0.05. So this means that there is no significant relationship between income and spending in these areas. So by taking this ANOVA analysis, I can summarize saying GST seems to have affected some spending categories more than others. Income plays a crucial role in decisions like buying electronics or sports equipment, but not as much as in areas like fast food or entertainment. I have also done factor analysis, where factor analysis was used to identify the key factors that influence consumer spending post GST. It helped us uncover things like price sensitivity, awareness levels, and how these affect buying decisions. So the KMO value was 0.837, which means our data is good enough for factor analysis. This is the table showing variable loading. So from the above table, it can be noted that first factor comprising of 12 variables is known as essential items, and second factor comprising of 3 variables is known as comfort items, and the last comprising of 2 variables is known as surplus item. So this table shows how strongly different factors like income or awareness influence spending behavior. For example, income might be a strong factor for essentials, while awareness affects spending on non-essentials. Talking about my findings was first one price sensitivity and spending adjustments. So consumers are highly sensitive to price changes, especially for non-essential goods. And next one is shift towards online spending. So GST made pricing more transparent, encouraging young people to shop online. And there was income group differences as well. So lower and middle income households responded more to price changes caused by GST. So they adjusted their spending by option for cheaper alternatives, while higher income households showed less impact from these changes. And next one is consumer awareness and adoption. Initially, limited awareness of GST led to confusion and cautious spending. The shift toward online spending was observed, especially among younger, tech-savvy consumers who found GST-driven transparency in pricing helpful. So I would like to conclude my paper saying that GST brought many changes to consumer spending behavior. While there were challenges like confusion initially, it simplified the tax system and also improved transparency. In the long run, GST is expected to drive economic growth by creating a standardized and efficient system. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, Prajwal, sir. Now, Shantanu, sir.
Am I the next presenter?
Yes, sir, I'm starting.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Sir, I'm Dr. Cristina. I was the third one actually, but you have not given me a chance.
So can I start? Shantanu.
Can I present next, sir?
Yes, who is there? What's the
Sir,
name?
It's Shantanu here. Can I start?
Ma'am, who is there, ma'am? Ma'am, what's your name?
Dr. Cristina. Can I present next?
Ma'am, I'm sending you the order in the WhatsApp group. Please check and please prepare accordingly, ma'am. Sir, you can start. Shantanu, sir.
Sure, sir. Okay.
Hello, sir. I am Marina Dave. My number is 4th, and I am waiting, sir.
I have already sent the order in which you have to present your paper in the WhatsApp group. Please follow that.
Yes, sir. As per the list itself, the WhatsApp list, I am 4th. First is Shantanu, then Charu ma'am, then Ritu, and the 4th is Rina Dave.
Okay, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. Sir,
Very good. Yeah. A very good evening to all of you. Hi, this is CS Shantanu Kumar, and I'm presenting my research paper on sustainability reporting through data analytics in India. Basically, this research encompasses how data analytics can help in accurate, timely, transparent, and cost-effective sustainability reporting in Indian companies. The sustainability reporting is basically a report created by the companies which focuses the impact of its activities on environment, social, and the corporate governance. And in context of India, during the previous year, we can focus the India's predominance in the G20 by India leading the G20 leaders from all over the world, and India's commitment towards the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. The Indian companies' perseverance and the mindset have shifted a lot towards the sustainability reporting criteria. Even the SEBI has mandated the top 1,000 listed entities to provide a BRSR report along with their annual reports depicting their performance and their impacts on the environment, social, and governance alongside in the society. Basically my research objectives covers the analysis of the key data analytic tools and techniques which are used in the sustainability reporting practices in India. It basically concerns about the predictive analysis, which is basically using the data to forecast the future outcomes, and especially the sentimental analysis, which is a data analysis technique that determines the emotional tone of text to identify if it is positive, negative, or neutral. Next, the research objective deals with the challenges and opportunities in implementing data analytics for sustainability reporting in India. It focuses on the need to integrate a diverse data sources or a data bank to get proper data accuracy and relevance, and focus on developing and overcoming the infrastructural constraints and shortages of the skilled professionals who can manage the sustainable database. And finally, the research objectives includes the focus on removing of the barriers and identification and removal of the barriers in adoption of sustainability reporting in India. The barriers such as lack of robust technological infrastructures and insufficient or digital literacy are the top barriers which have to be removed to focus and to develop India as a sustainability reporting hub. For my case, for my presentation, I have took a case study of Tata Group and ITC Limited. Tata Group, being the pioneer in comprehensive ESG reporting, is one of the prominent Indian companies which focuses on the planet resilience, and it aspires to be a net zero by 2045. The best practices of Tata Group, which we can understand and the other companies can incorporate for their sustainability reporting, includes the integration of sustainability dashboards, the predictive analysis for resource efficiencies, the climate risk analysis, and the stakeholder engagement platforms by creating separate platforms for the stakeholders where they can get the transparent and quality data access availability for during every time. The next, I focused and researched on ITC Limited, being as ITC Limited is one of the pioneer companies in the triple bottom line accounting. ITC's hotels are a kind of have been declared as a pioneer of responsible luxury, and ITC has even been named as world's most ethical companies by the Ethisphere Institute for previous 6 years consecutively. So that's why ITC Limited's sustainability reporting practices can also act as a benchmark for other Indian companies. And to focus on it, the best practices which I have tracked down from ITC Limited sustainability reports are its sustainability performance tracking. It's integrated. It's annual report. It's an integrated database of the financials and non-financials performance of the company, and which specifically focuses on ITC's effort to create a carbon positivity, water positivity, and waste recycling methods which the company has incurred. Even the carbon and water metrics used by the ITC Limited are a benchmark for the other companies, which the companies can follow up for their sustainability reporting. ITC has launched a unique initiative for the Indian agriculture sector by creating an e-Chopal, a formation of a thing, a data bank where the farmers can be empowered and by reducer or to focus on the sustainable agriculture practices. And even the scenario planning and decision support system by the ITC has provided us simulation techniques for other counterparts to follow up for the sustainable reporting. Finally, the results of this whole research provided some adoption of the data analytics tools which can be used for sustainability reporting, like real-time monitoring of the environmental matrices, which can provide a transparency and accountability towards of the company. Next, integration with the global standards like global reporting initiatives, carbon disclosure projects, and the SDGs, that's our sustainable development goals of the United Nations. Next was the stakeholders engagement. The stakeholder can build up their extra trust and collaboration with the company if they get proper communication with the company's efforts for sustainability. Next, scalability. The analytics-based sustainability practices can be scaled across different industries and geographies. And finally, the innovative technologies like use of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and predictive models can provide precise monitoring and decision-making support to the company. Next, the benefit of analytics in sustainability reporting can provide us with improved accuracy like real-time data integration, enhanced transparency, and predictive insights. And it could help us to align with the sustainable development goals more predominantly the SDG 13, which deals with the climate change, climate action, and SDG 7, which deals with the affordable and clean energy. The challenges which an Indian company can face in adoption of sustainability reporting are lack of standardization because there is no uniform reporting standards. The SEBI has proposed a BRSR model, but that is not a uniform reporting standards as per the Indian companies. It's just a fabricated or shredded version as provided by the GRI and SASBs. The technological disparities is also another big challenge, like as there is a limited and basic limitation for the SMEs or the small and medium companies in India, and because of their resource constraints and limited availability or limited domain area, they cannot exceed their performance in sustainability reporting. And finally, the data privacy concerns is also a huge challenge which has to be overcome, as ESG data includes a company's sensitive information like energy consumption patterns or waste management practices, which should be safeguarded by the company to prevent its exploitation by its opponents. Finally, the recommendations which can be proposed during this research are the regulatory alignment, like harmonizing India-specific frameworks like BRSR with the global standards, and a capacity building initiatives for Indian companies and specifically the small and medium enterprises by providing training programs for sustainability teams to develop proficiency in data analytics tools and techniques. So this was my presentation. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Next presenter is.
Hello,
Yes, Charu ma'am is here.
I'm Reena Dave.
Ma'am, Charu ma'am, you are there. Your turn is after Shantanu sir. Charu ma'am. Next. Ritu ma'am, are you there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Charu ma'am, start your presentation, ma'am. Your screen is
No, sir. No, Charu. Myself, Priyanka. Ritu Bajaj is my guide.
Ma'am, I have already sent a message in order in which you have to present your paper.
But sir, Charu is not present here. I am next candidate.
Ma'am, please present after Ritu ma'am. Ritu ma'am, are you there?
Actually, sir, Ritu ma'am is my guide.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
sir.
start your presentation.
Okay. Sir, myself, Priyanka Yadav. My topic is enhancing brand image. Oh, sorry. Screen. Myself, Priyanka Yadav. My topic is enhancing brand image and customer loyalty through innovation in branded jewelry. There is my table of content, introduction, LR, research methodology, objective, proposed model, finding, and then references. Introduction. Jewelry reflect our culture, status, and personal style. Modern consumers seek unique design and personalized experience. Innovation is essential for jewelry brand to stay relevant and competitive. Literature review on innovation. Innovation is defined as an idea, practice, or object that is perceived as a new by an individual or a group. Innovativeness refers to how early an individual or group adopt new ideas compared to other in a system. Innovation is considered as a valuable tool that helps manager efficiently use resources to build competitive advantages. Why innovative matters? To keep brand alive and appealing, drive customer satisfaction and loyalty. Innovation help brand to stand out in crowded market. According to a researcher, he presented his paper in 2020. His conclusion that 75% of consumers feel jewelry design lack uniqueness. Key area of innovation in jewelry. We can innovate product design, market strategy, and sales channels. Brand image. Brand image is the way people think about the feel and feel toward a brand. It is an overall impression that a brand create in the mind of customer. That impression based on experience, opinion that they have heard about it. A strong brand image usually make people trust and recognize the brand more easily. Keller defined brand image as something that is perceived and held in consumers' memory by its association. According to another researcher, Pearson, brand image is one of the main factors that drive consumer to pay premium price and intend to purchase. A strong brand image enhances loyalty. My next variable is customer loyalty. Loyalty is the willingness to pay in the relationship or to stick with the same brand. It is a long-term commitment. Customer loyalty is ongoing positive relationship between customer and business. Customer loyalty represents the strong relationship between satisfied consumers and businesses. It is a long-term emotional attachment, according to Oliver 1997. Customer loyalty is a positive experience. Trust, it builds trust, satisfaction, and emotional connection to the brand. Research methodology. This study employs a qualitative research approach through a comprehensive literature review to explore the innovation and its impact on brand image and customer loyalty. By analyzing existing research and theoretical framework, this study combined findings that illustrate how innovation can effectively contribute to building brand image and fostering customer loyalty. Objective of my paper: to check the influence of innovation on brand image and to measure the relationship between innovation and customer loyalty. This is my proposed model. Innovation enhance brand image and customer loyalty. Relationship between innovation and brand image. There is a significant positive relationship between innovation and image. Both innovation and brand image are the key for a company to survival and its growth and creating new value. Innovation help to enhance and support brand image. When a company has a strong brand image, it's easier to consumer to adopt its adoption. In short, innovation boosts the brand image, adds some value for customer and encourage them to make purchase. Generally, innovation has a positive impact on brand image, according to various researchers. Impact on brand image. Innovation creates strong brand image by highlighting quality and its uniqueness, meeting consumer expectation for variety and style. A strong brand image lead to trust and recognition. There is a relationship between innovation and customer loyalty. Marketing innovation are becoming a tool for building customer loyalty. According to Bursley, there is a strong relationship between innovation and customer loyalty, meaning that a company introduce new marketing strategy, ideas, or improve their product to that these lead to customer loyalty, strong customer loyalty. According to another researcher, there is a innovation not directly affect loyalty, but still it play important role in influencing other factors that lead to loyalty. Innovation can make customer more loyal. There is a strong relationship between innovation and customer loyalty, meaning that a company introduce new marketing idea and improvement, it often lead to strong consumer loyalty. Impact on customer loyalty. Loyal customer return and recommend the brand to others. Innovation strength emotional connections. Brand that adapt to customer lead long-term, build long-term relationship. My finding, my innovation is the key success in the jewelry industry. It boosts brand image, attract customer, and build loyalty. Investing in innovation ensure growth and relevance. Observation by the innovation has positive impact on brand image and loyalty. These are references. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call Reena Dave to present your paper.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Let me share the screen. I think the screen is visible to everyone. The topic is a study on healthcare industry in Gujarat, performance of the public healthcare facilities, and with special reference to pharmaceutical sector. Looking at the introduction, in India, the healthcare industry ranks amongst the biggest one, and it is emerging, which is in form of the employability and its revenue contribution. Government is one of them, and government is Gujarat is also playing very important role with respect to the healthcare sector, as we have the particular kind of the units at the Ankleshwar. Some of the it's a GIDC hub in Gujarat, South Gujarat. looking at the review of literature, Nilesh has reviewed at the overall healthcare infrastructure of India by identifying the market size as well as doing in-depth analysis of the performance of the sector and initiatives done by the government at at various stages to improve the healthcare facilities and all. As we have seen and witnessed the Ayushman Bharat and the Ayushman card of the government, which is being provided to the economically weaker section of the people of community. So people are getting the benefit of it, and as we have seen that the private hospitals have also now started accepting this Ayushman card, so that has really helped to the EWS people and the poorer class people. The medical facility in the private and corporate hospital, which was not accessible to everyone earlier previously, now with the help of the government initiatives, this has made very easy for them to get the access of better healthcare facilities. The objective of the study is to have an overview of the healthcare sector industry as well as the pharmaceutical industry in the country, along with that of the Gujarat, and to understand the various schemes formulated by the Gujarat government as well as those central government schemes that have been implemented in the state. The major findings of the study, it was a secondary database, and with the help of the articles and the website, the material which I could get, the data which I could collect, the major findings from that, the India's healthcare sector has been expanding at the compound annual growth rate of 22%, 22.5%, with the estimated total revenue of 24 lakhs crore. There are 612 medical colleges in the nation, and 13 lakh doctors call at home, according to the 22 economic survey. India's public sector spending accounted 2.1% of the GDP. If we look at the other Western countries, developed country, which is less than the other countries. So this is one point. There are over 26,000 public establishments that fall under the category of the hospitals. There were roughly 44,000 private hospitals in the nation. When it comes to the pharmaceutical sector, India ranked third globally in terms of the volume and 14 globally in terms of the value, with the annual turnover of 3 lakhs crore. Currently, half of our pharmaceutical manufacturing is exported foreign market meeting foreign markets, meeting 25% of all pharmaceuticals from UK market and 40% of generic demand for US. This sector accounts for 1.72% of the nation's GDP, which we can always notice. This is what my major findings from the secondary data. Thank you.
Sir, shall I share my screen?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. My presentation is over. Reena, the way I'm talking, my presentation is done, sir.
Okay, now Charu ma'am, you will start your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, my voice is visible and I am able to share my screen. So please confirm whether you are able to see it or not.
Yes, your screen is visible and you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. The topic of the presentation is fostering women technopreneurship in entrepreneurial ecosystem, challenges and pathways. Good evening, everyone. My name is Charu Ash, PhD scholar, BBAU. Have written this paper with my guide, Dr. Lata Bajpai Singh, Assistant Professor, BBAU Lucknow. Now moving towards the understanding of India's growth potential. It could be world's third largest economy by 2027. It ranks third at startup and unicorn. According to World Bank, economic contribution of Indian women is 17% of GDP. By incorporating 68 million more women in workforce, it could boost GDP by USD 0.7 trillion by 2025. The motivation of this study is that women entrepreneurs are specifically underrepresented in STEM section. They face barriers in technology-driven markets. Performance gaps are specifically when we talk about female-owned business, they face lower revenue, slower growth, and high failure rates. Further, there are some key enablers for success. First is technological literacy, which helps to build the entrepreneurial capacity. Then second one is social and financial support that is needed. Government assistance for funding, training, and marketing, and further managerial skills development are required. So now understanding the technopreneurship, it is a process of developing and commercializing innovative technologies, driving economic progress and innovation. Building technopreneurial capacity hinge on technological literacy, social support, financial literacy, government assistance, and managerial skills. The objective of this study was to explore the factors influencing the business led by women technopreneurs and to analyze the pathways for overcoming the challenges and enhancing the digital skills. Further, moving towards the methodology, literature review was done to explore the analysis through secondary research. Google Scholar database was used using keywords like technopreneurship, technological entrepreneurship, women technopreneurs. It included screenings of abstract and title for relevance. Further, fully assessed recent study was only included. Moving towards the discussion, the barriers that were found was first the structural barrier, which included the gender gap in STEM and technology fields. So female leaders were like there was a lack of female leaders in technological field. They had a very few role models. And second is there were cultural norms and stereotypes such as secondary earners. They were considered as secondary earners. Further, the barriers were like access to funding. Women-led startup received less venture capital funding due to biasness. Moreover, networking and mentorship gap was there because the exclusion from male-dominated networks was there. So, what were the pathways? Digital platforms, online mentoring, crowdfunding, social media were the enablers. Then government and corporate initiatives were there. Just like Telangana, we can see V-Hub is there. Further, Flipkart Samarth, NASCOM was there that was enabling the women technopreneurs in the recent era. Then further, there was like addressing gender gaps, leveraging human and social capital, building innovative capabilities through social and human capital. Talking about the limitations and conclusion, narrow focus on contemporary studies and English language source limited the scope. Exclusion of non-English and older research constrained the holistic understanding. There were limited access to high-impact databases such as Web of Science and Scopus. There was like lack of extensive empirical data on specific barriers led by women technopreneurs. Overlooked broader social, cultural, economic, and policy-related factors, challenges in generalizing findings across diverse regions and the sector. So these were some limitations. Talking about the conclusion, we need to have like education and skill development with addition to financial inclusion for women if we want women to grow in the specifically entrepreneur in technological areas. Then network support is also needed. Further, technology leverage is also the important part when we talk about women technopreneurship, the growth we see in the near future when we talk about the developing country like India. Thank you so much. This was my presentation. Further, any questions, please ask.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now, Dr. Cristina, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll post my paper. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, start.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Cristina, Associate Professor, Firebird Institute of Research and Management, and I co-authored this paper with Dr. Prabha Devi, Dean Firebird, as well as Maebeama Thoudam, a research scholar. My title is The Conceptual Framework for Data-Driven Decision-Making in Sustainable Entrepreneurship. So coming to the introduction, as been discussing from the beginning, like a lot of the speakers have already spoken about the importance of data today and the emergence of AI as well as big data analytics and so on, which are very much important for making important business decisions. And this paper actually conceptualizes the data-driven decision-making, how it can be used in sustainable entrepreneurship. Okay, so in order to give understand the conceptual framework of it, I've taken 4 important theoretical models. So the theoretical models that could be helpful in incorporating this sustainable entrepreneurship in it. So the basic area of the study was focused on data-driven decision making, sustainability, as well as sustainable entrepreneurship. So this framework was a well-renowned models which were already existing and which was developed long back. And one is a TOE model, which mainly focuses on technology, organization, and environment. Logic model, which especially helps in understanding understanding how the input, process, and outputs and outcomes of an organization happens. And balanced scorecard method, which is a metrics which used to measure the key perspective of an organization, as well as institutional theory, which will identify what are the important changes, compliances, pressures, which are being there from the external environment that need to be incorporated into the organization. So this framework, I felt that this 4 theories will be helping me in understanding a comprehensive area of sustainable entrepreneurship. So I have incorporated from the theory which was already been done. So I have formulated it into something that which will be helpful in making decision making in the present era in a sustainable manner. So in my review of literature, I have also taken into consideration big data, real-time analytics, and artificial intelligence, how it is going to be helpful in making proactive decisions and strategies in the organization. And this paper has actually identified a certain research gap. So when I was going to the review of literature, I identified that there were several gaps which are to be filled. So one is that I found out that most of the driven decision making was primarily being done by large corporations, and there was a breadth of research studies, especially in the area of sustainable entrepreneurship. And again, digital versus when it comes to digital and traditional entrepreneurship, I could find out that the more emphasis were not given on sustainability related ventures. And as usual, it is as lack of empirical studies were also not seen in DDM, with a special emphasis on triple line, bottom line, like people, planet, and profit, as well as and this has given me to an emerging need for a structured framework that helped me in building the data-driven decision making and sustainable entrepreneurship. So based on which I have formulated my research objectives. My objectives were to understand how the data-driven decision making can enhance sustainable entrepreneurship. Charu ma'am, can you please mute yourself?
Ma'am, please mute yourself.
So shall I proceed? Okay, so the objectives of my study were divided into 3. I think, sir, can you please mute from your side? Okay, so the objective of the study was basically into 3 areas: to understand how the data-driven decision-making can enhance sustainable entrepreneurship, and what is the role of big data and AI in decision-making for sustainability, and to propose a conceptual framework integrating the existing theories and models for sustainable decision-making. So these are the theories. I have just elaborated the theoretical aspects of my study. So this is TOA framework, which has focused on technology, organization, and environment, which will be basically studying the emphasis on the readiness of an organization to adopt a technology, organization, and environment for data-driven decision-making adoption. This was originally been done by Tonaski and Fleischer in 1990, and the contemporary adaptation was done by Lansari in 2022. The next one was a logical model. Basically, after understanding the emphasis and readiness of the organization, this logical model will help us in understanding how data can be processed and output as well as an outcome can be bought with the help of data-driven decision making for sustainable entrepreneurship. And the third one was balance scorecard method, which is also a very good old method, which tracks the 4 key perspectives. Now, it has got metrics which will be helping us measuring the perspectives like financial, customer, internal process, and learning and development growth, which was developed by Kaplan and Norton in 1996. And further adaptation was also done by Boken et al. In 2020. And the next one was institutional theory that helps us in understanding what are the different kind of regulatory, normative, as well as cultural pressures which are prevailing, which will be helping the organization to think about adapting changes into the sustainable entrepreneurship in a data-driven manner. So I have formulated the theoretical underpinning into a tabulated format, which will be helping us to understand how this framework will be helpful or how it supports the model. So TOA framework will ensure that the entrepreneur is ready to adapt the DDMM practices, as it will be definitely studying about the different environment which are required for an entrepreneur to adopt DDMM practices. And logic model is something which will be helping us to identify how the data will be flowing and helping in decision making and ensuring continuous improvement. And balanced scorecard method tracks the progress across the different customer, internal, finance, and growth perspective. And institutional theory ensures that external pressures are being addressed using DDM and justify the decisions. And this is the model which I'm proposing. So we have dissected each model. So when it comes to TOE framework, the technological aspects, like we have to assess an organization whether it has the capacity or capability to adopt a technology. If so, then AI and big data analytics, cloud computing, IoT technologies can be incorporated into it. An organization as a whole should be taken into consideration, whether there's a data-driven culture, leadership, and a change management is to be incorporated. And then we have to take into consideration the environmental aspect like ESG compliances, stakeholders should be considered, competitors, pressures, etc., which are required for a major transformation into data-driven decision making. And the next process is important, that is a logical model. How this, what are the specific requirements? A situation analysis is done. What are the different areas wherein we require a data-driven decision making? And the inputs, activities, outputs, and outcomes can be measured thereby. For example, if inputs maybe I can use the data, can be transformed using AI, big data tools, or analytical tools, so the data can be cleaned, transformed, and maybe decision making can be done. A predictive analytics can be done. A diagnostic analytics can be done with the help of a data. So the activities are basically, we have to go ahead with the data-driven decision-making practices. AI, ML models can be adopted into it, and outputs can be in the form of data-driven reports, insights, and visualization. So maybe in long run, the major outcome will be innovation and other benefits, long-term benefits for the organization for adopting this model. So most of the organizations started adopting the logic, whatever aspects are there in the logic model, by adopting AI and big data analytics in a bigger way. And the next one is a balanced scorecard method is a metric. So when we are adopting a logic model, wherein we have data-driven decision-making, which is being done, definitely, and the insights and visualization and other aspect modeling, which is being done, definitely it will be acting as a measure or a metric. So a balanced scorecard method can be easily been applied to assess whether it has been a sustainable entrepreneurship has been effectively been implemented or not with the technology which is prevailing. So, and the last one is called institutional theory, which will take into consideration the changes that have been required by the environment. Maybe we have to take into consideration ESG laws, normative pressures from stakeholders, and other industry best practices that could be further incorporated. So this is a holistic, it gives an holistic view of how a sustainable entrepreneurship can be done with the data, which is data driven. So based upon this study, I have made certain future research directions have been found out. So a longitudinal case study can be done on the basis of sustainable startups to assess the framework applicability. And I've not explored much into how blockchain or generative AI can go into this. So this can be explored further. And analysis of regional variations, regulatory pressures in different countries and stakeholder requirements will be different for different countries. That should also be a study. And investigation of skills, traits, competencies required for entrepreneurial leaders to take up this data-driven decision-making can be another area of study which can be taken as a future research. So finally, I would like to say that this conclude that this particular study has incorporated a framework, which is an integrated framework of 4 different models. And it has also focused on how big data and AI is playing a major role from intuition-based decision-making to that of data-driven decision-making. And this also contributes to sustainable entrepreneurship, especially entrepreneurs, policymakers, industry leaders who wanted to have a sustainability and innovation can have a look into this the model, which will be helpful for them in transforming their organization, and also call for empirical studies in this area, in the areas of emerging technologies, cultural adaptation, leadership roles, which are required for validating this framework. So essentially, this model can be finally dissected, and each part can be taken into consideration for a future study. So we have to embrace DTM. We have to see that, make sure that data-driven decision-making empowers sustainable entrepreneurs to achieve a triple bottom line today. So this is my final thought. And with this, I've also referred to some of the important papers, and these are my references. And I'm very thankful for the panel for giving me an opportunity to present this paper once again. And that's it. If there's any question, I could take it up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Next presenter is Neha Gautam. Neha, please share your screen.
Yes, sir, I'm presenting.
And please start.
Sir, screen is visible. Sir, screen is visible.
Not yet. Your screen is not visible, ma'am.
Sir, I'm trying to. Sir, it's showing that it's sharing.
Ma'am, please do it once again, ma'am. It's not showing. It's still not showing, ma'am.
Still not showing, sir?
No. So please stop share and then again start.
Yeah, I do that, sir, but I don't know what happened again. It's still not showing, sir?
It's visible, sir. It's visible.
Neha, it's visible. Please continue.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Neha Gautam, research scholar in management from Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow. My supervisor is Dr. Lata Bajpai Singh, and also she is a co-author of this paper. My paper title is Empowerment of Women Entrepreneurship Through Digital Access. This paper is a review-based paper, and it shows that how women entrepreneurs getting empowered with the help of digital access. Digital access tool comprises online platform, e-commerce, and social media. Digital technologies help women entrepreneurs to remove hurdles and achieve new opportunities for their entrepreneurial journey. Digital platform help women entrepreneur to know the requirement of client and to establish connection with and communicate to the direct audience. This study focuses on the role of the digital technologies and IT tool which help women entrepreneurs to overcome all the barriers. This is a literature review, and I will jump onto the research objective to explore that how digital tools such as online platform, e-commerce, and social media can help women entrepreneurs to overcome from barrier and challenges. To examine the role of digital tools in helping women entrepreneurs to develop and implement effective business succession plan, to analyze how digital access enable women entrepreneurs to grow their businesses and stay competitive in current market trends. The methodology of this paper is study is qualitative in nature on the basis of previous literature. Paper studies and basis on the paper taken from the Google Scholar, and that papers are open access only. Keywords which I used for searching the paper is information technology, women entrepreneur, digital access, empowering women, and sustainable business practices. Finding shows that digital technologies help women entrepreneurs to overcome from obstacles and upgrade themselves in their businesses field. Social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn have emerged as important tools for women entrepreneurs. These tools help women entrepreneurs to remove middleman and agent from the business and save their costs. They reach to the customers directly and build trust and relationship with the customers. It helps women entrepreneurs to sustain in the market for longer period of time and establish themselves in the market strongly. Limitation of the paper is this is the research gap. Limitation of the paper is this paper is only in quantitative in nature, so in the future can be a quantitative, and that papers are only open access and taken from the Google Scholar. So in the future can be paper can be taken from Web of Science and Scopus database. In the conclusion, we can say digital access is an effective instrument for women entrepreneurs to effective succession planning. Digital platform enhance operational efficiency and enable corporate development. Policymaker and government should introduce some digital skill courses or programs so that women can take advantage from that courses and enhance their ability and take advantage from their courses. Thank you very much. These are the references which I use for my paper. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Can I present the next? My name is Bhairavi.
Yes, continue.
Yeah. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So good evening, all of you. My topic for today is exploring investor satisfaction and experiences with prominent online trading apps. Myself, Bhairavi Devin Khakkar, and co-author of this paper is Dr. Sanjay Sonamne, who is my research guide. So if we start from the introduction, we all know that it's very evident from the digital transformation process which we all are going through in each and every sector. Especially it has impacted the service sector, and within that it is very particularly affecting the financial sector. So if we talk about online trading, speed and reliability are crucial for customer satisfaction, and these services, these digital services try to satisfy these customers within this parameters. In India, the stock market we know has evolved from the informal trading in the 19th century to the establishment of formal exchanges like the BSE and the NSE, and the introduction of electronic trading system in 1990 is a key milestone for the sector. Online trading gained momentum in 2002, and which has simplified the way the transactions are executed and reducing paperwork. Mobile trading apps like Zerodha, Upstocks, Grow, and many more, they provide seamless services to the stock market, offering user-friendly interfaces, real-time data, technical analysis tools, and secure transactions also. These apps have revolutionized the way investing is happening nowadays. And the study here basically is about these prominent mobile trading apps to find out where they stand in terms of are there any difference with the overall user satisfaction or not. So for that, I have done for the secondary part of secondary data part, I've done the literature review. And what I have been seeing is depending upon the area, like if you see this paper 2021 of Devkota, it is based on Nepal share market. So there the issues are little bit different from what issues we face in India. There the server lag, outdated technology, these all are the matter of concerns. Whereas if we talk about other areas, generally customer service or security concerns, these are what have come across, I have come across as an issue. People are very, very happy. The positive part is people are very, very happy with the convenience they get, with the kind of real-time data access they get. They're very happy with that. And that's a positive thing. But yes, I think the industry has to still work on the security concerns part, because that has come out to be a major issue. And within the rural areas or the areas which are not very technology upgraded, there it basically is the low network or technology issues which the people are facing, and hence they are not able to access this kind of services. So the objective of my study is to understand the association of the demographic factors on these investors' preference towards using online trading apps. Also to analyze investor perceptions on various features of online trading apps, which includes user interface design, security, reliability, customer support responsiveness, and service quality. So I have combined all these factors to find out whether the overall satisfaction level is different or it is the same among the prominent online trading apps. Next is to identify the challenges faced by the investors while they use these online trading apps. And the last one is to understand the reasons for not opting to use online trading apps. Because while I conducted my primary data, I came across many respondents who were, though they were trading in the stock market, they were not trading on the online. They were still comfortable with the broker, with the human touch, and so on. So research methodology, I have collected primary data from 112 respondents. Secondary data, I have done the literature review. And to analyze the primary data, the statistical tools which are used is simple percentage analysis, chi-square test, and ANOVA. So these are my hypotheses. The first four are based on the demographic factors, like whether there is association between gender and the preference of using online trading apps, and the age, the education qualification, and the occupation. So these four factors I have tried to try to find out if there is any association with the preference. And the last one is whether there is a difference in the overall satisfaction amongst these prominent online trading apps. So when I see this simple percentage analysis, so if you can see the gender, overall the respondents have been more or less same. The age where these people are using online trading apps is more concentrated towards the 18 to 30 years of age. So the younger population. Even if you see education wise, it is very evident that 50% of the people, or more than like 75% of the people, they are all graduate, postgraduate, and all 80-85%. When we talk about occupation, yes, I have mix of people who have filled up the forms, the survey form. And basically this particular table I have used here. Why? Because I just want to know the reasons why their people are not using online trading apps. So if you see the security concerns, the network issues, they've come up to be a major reason for not opting for online trading apps. And if you see the problems which are faced by the people while they use these online trading apps, they have got problems like login problems, technical glitches, which maybe are a reason why many of them would not opt for online trading apps. So if these problems are solved, maybe in future there will see more number of people who will rely, and not only the younger population, maybe the population who is beyond that age. So the first hypothesis, which is trying to find out if there is an association between the gender and the preference for using online trading apps. Here the p-value is 0.254, which is greater than the significant value. So we are failing to reject this HO as such. And when we see the age, so gender is not playing any big role. So I think male, female both prefer or don't prefer, it's same. Age, if we see the p-value is 0.025, and hence which is lesser than the significant value of 0.05, and hence we reject the HO and we say that yes, there is an association between age and preference for using online trading apps. Next one is within the with regards to educational qualification. Here also the p-value is lesser than the significant value of 0.05, and hence we conclude that yes, there is an association between the educational qualification and preference for using online trading app. Next we have in line is occupation. So yes, occupation also the p-value is lesser than 0.05, and hence yes, it also indicates that there is an association between the occupation and the preference for using online trading apps. For measuring the overall investor's experience, these are the 5 parameters: the user interface, speed of transaction, security measures, customer support given by the people, the app companies, transaction fee charged by them. So these all have constituted to overall investors experience, and for that I have applied ANOVA as in test, and here the significant value was 0.282 and it is greater than the significant value of 0.05. So here we conclude that yes, there is no significant difference in the overall investors experience among these prominent online trading apps, which have come out to be majorly Zerodha, Upstocks, Bro. So these 3 have been, I have got responses for these 3 more rather than the others. Yes, others also, ICICI Bank, HDFC, I have got responses, but the number of respondents for them were lower than these ones. So these prominent online trading apps, the overall satisfaction happens to be the same. So if I finally conclude my research paper conclusions, so the significant preference for online trading apps, 88.7%, reflects the growing digitization of stock trading, with traders increasingly relying on mobile and web-based platforms. The usage duration. So I had also asked these questions in my questionnaire, whether by what time, like how long they have been using. So the response is like 57% of the online traders have been using this for more than a year on an average, and so they might have got a good experience or with the app, and hence I presume that they have given a good response. Most popular apps, Zerodha, Angel One, Grow, leading the market with nearly 70% usage. Technical and service challenges. Common problems were login problems, technical glitches, network issues, security risk, and poor customer support. So, which indicates that there is a significant room for improvement, and in terms of reliability and customer service, which will enhance the business of these app people, and they can look upon it. Influence of age, education, and occupation, as already discussed in the chi-square test, is there. User experience consistency. So there is consistency amongst these online trading apps, and there is ANOVA test indicates that there is no major difference in the quality of service provided by these apps. So this is my conclusion. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to request Akshat and Prabha to present their paper.
Good evening, everyone. Have you ever maintained a Duolingo streak or felt the excitement of hitting your fitness goals? That's the power of gamification. Taking fun, game-like elements and using them to solve real-world problems. I am Prajwal, and with me is my co-researcher Archita. Today, we are here to present our study titled A Comprehensive Study on the Impact of Gamification on the Social Aspect of Society, focusing on young adults aged 20 to 27 in India, under the guidance of our gym director, Dr. Divya Chowdhry.
Gamification has the potential to inspire change in areas like mental health, education, and climate change. But here's the real question. Can these game-like tools create real-world impact? Let's find out. Gamification blends game techniques with real-world challenges to tackle societal issues. In our study, we focused on young adults aged 20 to 27, a group that's naturally drawn to tech and digital experiences. Through surveys and literature reviews, we explored gamification's impact on mental health, education, and sustainability.
The core question is, can gamification be the bridge between virtual engagement and real world action? Let us know. Gamification uses elements like reward, levels, and challenges to make everyday tasks more engaging. Globally, we see gamification making a huge impact. Duolingo turns language learning into a fun game. Happify improves emotional well-being through interactive activities. EcoHabit encourages eco-friendly habits with game-like challenges. In India, gamification is gaining traction, especially among young adults due to the increasing use of smartphones.
This study specifically targets young adults aged 20 to 27. This age group is tech savvy and very engaged with gamified tools. By understanding their engagement, we aim to explore how gamification can address some of the society's most pressuring challenges. The purpose of our research is to examine how gamification addresses societal challenges like education, mental health, and climate change for young adults in India.
Our objective were first, to understand how young adults engage with gamified platforms. Second, to evaluate the impact of gamification on education, mental health, and sustainability. To identify which strategies work best for this demographic.
Let's dive into the survey results. 94.7% of the respondents who are aged 20 to 27. 88% were familiar with gamifications and 90% had used gamified platforms. The most popular use cases were education, that was 76%, skill development, that was 62%, and mental health, that was 56%.
This shows that gamification is widely used, especially in areas that contribute to personal and professional development. In terms of effectiveness, 65% of respondents said gamified mental health apps help improve emotional well-being. Gamification in education was praised for making learning more engaging and interactive. 70% believed gamification could address societal challenges like mental health, awareness, and climate change.
However, we also found some challenges. Over-reliance on rewards can use intrinsic motivation. AI dependence limits the human touch in interactions. Some gamified platforms lack depth for more complex topics, making them less effective for deep learning.
To conclude, gamification has the potential to address societal challenges by engaging young adults. It promotes motivation, personalized learning, and eco-friendly behavior. However, scaling its impact requires addressing key challenges like content depth, accessibility, and AI resilience.
Looking ahead, AI integration can make gamified experiences more personalized and adaptive. Collaborations between governments, NGOs, and tech companies can extend gamification's reach.
Finally, improving digital accessibility can ensure gamification becomes inclusive and impactful for all. Thus, gamification has the power to create meaningful change, and we hope our research encourages more innovation in this space. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to request Assistant Professor Akshat to present his report for this session.
Thank you so much, sir. Here is the conclusion for some papers presented over here. Ms. Anjali presented the paper on impact of GST on spending behavior of consumers in India and concluded that GST increased the transparency, standardization, and potentiality greater economic growth. Another paper presented by Ms. Archita and Mr. Prajwal presented paper on a comprehensive study on the impact of gaming on social aspect of the society and concluded that gamification has subsequent potential to address societal challenges, foster motivation, personalized learning, and sustainable behavior. Another paper from Charu Vesh presented on fostering women entrepreneurship in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, challenges and pathways, concluded that lack of the extensive empirical data on the specific barrier faced by women entrepreneurs. Another paper presented by Reena Dave and the conclusion that half of the pharmaceutical for UK market and 40% of the generic demand for US, this sector account for over 1.7% of nation's GDP. Next paper presented by Manish Lumba concluded that data-driven sustainability is the transportive approach that aligns economic growth and economical and social sustainability. And last one is presented by Dr. Jhalkesh, presented on the paper Souvenir Green Bonds, and concluded that India is the sensitive to climate challenge and societal development projects can be monetized with investors to create green wealth. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to request Dr. Rahul sir to say a few kind words.
Thank you for having me here. And all the presentations were wonderful. And now I don't think I'll have to speak over here about the first prize. I'll talk to the team and I'll let everyone know who the first prize is going to. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable knowledge. Now, I would like to request the technical team to present the certificate of acknowledgement.
Thanks for being here.
Now we have reached at the end of this international conference. I welcome all the participants in the valedictory session of the conference. I would like to request our technical team to share the certificates of the participants.
Now, I would like to request our co-convener of the conference, Dr. Anil Kumar Singh, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Varsha. Good evening to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks in this event. I, on behalf of Jagran Institute of Management and Organizing Committee, we extend our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Professor R.K. Khandal, Director Technology and Innovation, Premier Green Innovation Private Limited, for his gentle presence and for sharing his valuable insight. Sir, we are extremely fortunate to have your blessings. We have been fortunate to have some of the eminent persons from academia, industry, and utility working in the area of IT and management. I am sure that the participant must have benefited by attending this conference. I would like to express our deep gratitude to our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Justin Paul, Professor Narendra Mohan Agarwal, Dr. Subodh Kumar, Dr. Bipin Gupta, Dr. Saad Ahmed Khan, Dr. Salam Nepalia, Mr. Sudeep Goenka, and Mr. Susank Arora. We offer our deep sense of gratitude to the chairman, Dr. Mahendra Mohan Gupta ji, for being our source of inspiration throughout. His guidance and continued support has always motivated us. We extended to our sincere thanks to the Vice Chairperson, Mrs. Ritu Gupta ji, for his leadership and direction in achieving the objective of the Institute. We are grateful to the CEO, Dr. Jain Gupta ji, for continuous supports and advice, which have greatly helped towards the successful organization of International Conference. I sincere thanks to the member of the advisory committee for their valuable suggestions. We express our sincere thanks to the director, Dr. Divya Chowdhry, for her inspiring mentorship. I thank all the delegates for their enthusiastic participation in this conference. I take this opportunity to thank all the reviewer and technical committee members for providing their valuable comments in the time and help towards the improvement of quality of papers presented in the conference. I also thank Dr. Rahul R.Verma, Associate Professor in Commerce University of Delhi, and Dr. Sachin Gupta, Dean Research at Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, New Delhi, for chairing the technical sessions. We are thankful to the Principal, Jagran College of Art, Science and Commerce, Director, Jagran Institute of Management and Mass Communication, Director, Jagran Institute of Digital Animation, and entire fraternity of Jagran Education Foundation for their support and help. We would also like to thank all faculty members and administrative staff for their strong efforts in making this event a success. We hereby acknowledge the hard work of student volunteers in the organizing this conference. I once again thank everyone whose contribution has made this conference a successful conference. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की भारत माता की Bharat Mata Ki.
Jai.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.